Oh yeah, we live. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and the better understanding. So I know I'm a little late, man. What it is? It's 10:29. I was supposed to go on that. I put 10:10, but I'm here now. I had a take on the ICE shooting, and now that I've seen more footage, and now that I'm seeing what's going on, the lady was trying to block the whole ICE from even arresting for it. So now it's a whole big thing behind them. But shout out to everybody. I put that foreign-born politicians, man. Shout out to 777 for shooting me that. But I'm gonna get into some. The ICE agent shoots the civilian. A lot of people saying that this is justified. I just seen more a longer stretch where it seems like she was like blocking the whole road. So it don't look good for her. It don't look good. I just seen the actual incident the first time. It was just her pulling off, and I didn't see like once I seen the whole video.
The situation is escalating at the scene now that police have taken down the barriers. Again, our understanding is there's no ICE agents there. This would be local law enforcement still on the scene.
Right. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Julie. I just wanted to know if this was happening as we speak or not. Okay, so this is not what we've been seeing. This is a complete escalation right now. You're seeing the snowballs, the ice balls. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Ice balls and snowballs are not some innocent play fighting thing. That's like what caused the Boston Massacre. Like this is violence, right? You're seeing them chase officers out of the way. They are now walking / running away from the intersection as we speak. It appears that the growing crowd is pushing law enforcement out of the way, and they are leaving.
Trying to leave the scene. You know, it's important to reiterate that Chief Brian O'Hara has said many times they are not involved in ICE operations. Our local law enforcement is simply there in case there is danger to the public. In other words,
now when I first seen it, I just seen her driving and shooting, but then when you see the whole video, like she was blocking the street. FBAs are still in delineation. Yeah, we still in delineation. Salute to you, Sheila. But now I'm understanding they was in cahoots trying to just, I guess, protect. There was a lot of white women I'm seeing trying to protect this.
The crowd starts to get rowdy. There starts to be an escalation between protesters and ICE officers. So they're there usually, they are there only for crowd control. They are never there to assist ICE agents in their operation.
Yeah.
So emotions are very high though today, no doubt.
Well, it's so important. If they're leaving right now and that scene is done, if that crime tape is no longer
exists, you can tell they didn't.
And the cars that were there, the ones that were shot, still are there, and people are running it over. All that evidence is gone now. It's tainted.
We have no idea what is happening at that. You know, I don't know where those cars are in relation to where this video or this live picture is. You know, and we had said earlier there'd been a lot of chanting, and there'd been very.
But now this is gonna be like, man, y'all can't be in out there just stopping people from doing their job. Like y'all gotta understand, bro. Like this man is the president. This is what he doing. What are y'all doing? Like at some point, like y'all gonna have to go to jail, man. Because y'all wouldn't want nobody doing that if they president was in office, bro. They wouldn't want this, you know, somebody just going behind everything they doing and starting all of this. It's just, that's why I'm saying I want to get both of y'all out here. Americans Forgot the movie Black Hawk Down.
Very little escalation going on in the crowd, except between a couple different people in the crowd. It hadn't been directed to law enforcement until this moment. And although you are not allowed to throw obstacles, no matter what they are, at officers, you know, our hope is that this is as violent, if that's too strong a word, that it gets today, that people can remain peaceful and exercise their First Amendment rights.
Some people saying they go.
Well, this is interesting, Julie, too, because there's officers behind the crowd. You see how there's like 100 or 200, and there's police cars in front and behind, almost as if they're giving them space.
People saying this
You
gonna
have
be
it, listen. You type it in, and then you go dig.
The different race.
Or they're being chased out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll continue watching this as the day goes on. And again, we did talk earlier with a use of force expert who emphasized how important it is to wait for all the facts to come out, and that he has a lot of experience in different cases across the country, and how often the narrative can change as more and more video.
I don't give a damn what the Constitution. Hold on, this person put. I don't give a damn what the Constitution say. Call dog, what's good, family? You put, I'm being ridiculous because the Constitution does not say you have to be born in America to be a politician. I'm saying that's how it needs to be. That's what we're pushing for. That ain't being ridiculous. That's saying that no, we don't want no politicians. You have to be bred and born from here in America. Anybody who don't like the program can kick rock. For real. Hey, Mama Lisa. Mama Lisa in the building. Appreciate you. Classic, man. I appreciate you, man, tapping in. But yeah, I'm not being ridiculous. This is what we pushing for. This is just common sense. We already have a lot of problems in our country with foreign aid and foreign money. So we don't want, this is gonna eliminate problems. If you was born in another country, shoot for that country, bro, and try to be in the politics. We need people that understand the climate of our politics that's from here. I don't think you can understand, this country by, being from abroad. But yeah, they already coming in the chat. Y'all know they don't like that. They don't like that. This is reality, but
and witness testimony is unveiled. I think we've already seen that on social media this morning. The first video that came out showed one angle. Videos that have come out subsequently show different angles and give us more information. And so no one knows exactly what went down at this moment. We do know a woman was shot and killed. It's a tragedy. We know tensions are high, and they have been. This operation in...
What you mean JP Morgan couldn't make their payment? Bring me up to speed. Tether fatigue. Salute, Azure. I appreciate you, man. A big salute to Shabazz, man, Mama Lisa, and all of the supporters, man, been holding me down. I appreciate y'all. For real, for real.
Minneapolis of ICE agents was the largest ever under Trump. They had sent 2,000 agents here, including about 600 Homeland Security investigators, in light of all the fraud tied to Medicaid that has been uncovered here in Minnesota. So already the situation was fraught politically and obviously emotionally as well. And now here today, what has happened is what we feared would happen, that this would escalate into a situation in which shots were fired. And tragically this morning, a woman has lost her life. We are anticipating a press conference at any moment from Governor Tim Walz. We're joined by Danny Spiewak as well, our chief political reporter. Let's keep this live picture up as we talk to Danny and wait for that press conference. But Danny, I thought you made such a good point that in light of the governor's own press conference yesterday, in which he was more defensive and emotional than we've seen him in a long time, hard to know what to expect out of this press conference today, but we certainly know that there will be a lot of acrimony directed toward the president and his administration, or certainly it's what we anticipate.
And one thing that strikes me just watching this all unfold, it's eerie that it's in, very similar neighborhood to the killing of George Floyd and that murder in 2020, of course, in the Powderhorn neighborhood, South Minneapolis. It strikes me that the dynamics are so different. That was a situation where you had Minneapolis police and, anger from the community toward the city's police department in the city of Minneapolis. In this case, you have an anger from people that are on scene towards a federal government.
Yeah, we can't let these people, man, look, we can't let these people be in the country and be in politics. That's insane. You put our paid actors. I'm telling you, man, this is This is Soros done paid them people, bro. I'm telling y'all.
With support from the city and I'm guessing, when Governor Walz talks, the state government. And so it's a different dynamic. The parallels will be drawn geographically. Obviously there's so much context around that here in Minneapolis, but
they finna make money.
They do not have the support.
They finna make so much money
of local law enforcement.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's a different dynamic because you were talking about, criticism of actions by a local department. This is now a federal situation. The dynamics are much different in terms of the interactions between the federal, state, local governments, if that makes any sense.
Yes,
that's what strikes me watching this right now.
Yeah, we had already heard the governor talking yesterday about how he felt that the president was attacking Minnesota and that he didn't have our best interests at heart. Of course, very political. We know that people feel very strongly the opposite way as well. But we all knew that the ICE operations here, whether you think they're merited or you don't, there's no doubt that tensions and emotions were rising every time they showed up somewhere to make an arrest. There would be large groups of people, and we had seen interactions between the crowds and ICE agents as well. This was all, the surge, we're to understand from DHS and Secretary Noem, was because of the fraud that had been perpetrated throughout the state in Medicaid, largely from the Somali community. And it's interesting to note that they've said that they've arrested 1,300 people, but it's difficult for us to figure out if that is an accurate number, B, who these people are. They've said it would be the worst of the worst, but it's hard for us to confirm that, even when they give us names and they give us a criminal record. But that's going to be important context before the governor speaks. This is what it stems from, this particular surge in ICE agents. They're saying at the federal level, they're coming here because of all the fraud in the Medicaid system, which is closely tied to many in the Somali community. And that set the stage for what we are seeing today as far as why they were coming specifically to Minneapolis.
And that's what I seen. I didn't see that at first. I did the video when I didn't see that she was blocking the road. ICE trying to come in and do their job, and it's women is trying to block the road and start all this chaos. And they trying to get her out the car to get her to move, and then she put herself in a bad situation. In my opinion, very bad.
In the last 2 days.
But it's very difficult because we don't know what the purpose of today's operation was.
Correct.
And so we don't know why they were in that area of South Minneapolis. We don't know, when it comes to the fraud issue, of course, that was cited as a reason to boost enforcement. We know that much of the fraud defendants who were Somali American were U.S. citizens or were here legally. And so there's so much at play here. It's so difficult to get information in real time. And so, there's a lot going on, I guess, to keep it, to keep it short.
A lot of layers. And we want to point out, too, the woman that was in that car was not the target of the ICE operation this morning. She showed up, according to the witness that shot that video. Max said the woman in the car, this witness heard the woman in the car yelling things at ICE like, get out. So she was one of those observers that we've seen show up in communities when ICE operations are in effect. But she was not the subject of the ICE.
No, facts. But I showed y'all a video of another woman when they was busting down the daycares. Rio to my heel ride. Salute our number one. That's our number one. Hater right there. But check this out. This lady, right? If it was, we seen when Rodney Hitton's son got shot. The last video we seen of a black man getting shot. He was running away. He got shot. It was no threat, or nothing. I could see us fighting for that. But this, when you got a car and you driving it at an officer and they already know that you on weird timing, you trying to block them, I can understand. When he realized she tried to hit him. Yeah, that'll make anybody shoot you, bro. The first time I seen it, it was just like, it was in slow motion and they was just showing the car moving and then the officer shooting. But when I was able to see it, yeah, you kind of like wanted to run the man over, or you was doing something. You was being obstructive. So I don't know what to take with what you're doing if you're being obstructive. Family, the beast has fallen. Salute to Cassandra. I appreciate you tapping in with us. Y'all know how we do. Salute, mama. Listen, salute. This crazy though, what's going on right now. My opinion, no foreign person should be in U.S. politics. This is how we get in. Now, this is what started all of this. This is what we got to get to. This has all happened because we are bringing foreign politicians into office, bro. And we got immigration problems. We got a lot going on because we got too many foreigners in office. But it has been a very eventful day. All I know is this has popped up. Cassandra, keep put me up to speed. We are still resting no matter what. Yeah. It's made up of nothing but foreigners. Bad. Man, and I even got some more stuff on the Congressional Black Caucus, man. I'm probably gonna have to drop a video on that. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit though, but they have a Congressional Black Caucus Foundation that I'm gonna expose. They got some numbers that they've been putting out that they banking all of this money in. We got all of these big name companies, right? And I seen a lot of them who was letting go of black people. They are donating money. Okay, they donating money to the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. And I'm like, I'm trying to understand, why would all of these white corporations be invested in the black, the Black Caucus? Why would they care to want to have all of these hundreds of millions of dollars going to the Black Caucus Foundation? When you're trying to get black people in office. That was their mission statement. It's trying to get black people in office. But I'm thinking, why would these white corporations care so much? Like, that's where all of their donations is coming from. So it's like, we know it's something there. It's some exposing I'm definitely going to do. But a lot of these companies that we might have to boycott all of them companies, bro. Because I don't see them companies wanting anything good for people that's from the land. And it was a lot of them. The same big ones that we see. I seen Amazon. I seen a lot of them. I'm like, why are they donating? Some donating $1 million, 100,000. I'm like, why are these big corporations donating money to try to get Black Americans into seats and stuff? And just, wouldn't you think this will come from the people? It was just strange to me, man. And I was going over the numbers. So I'm trying to piece some stuff together with that. We ain't scared no more. We see you all forward. So I've been kind of trying to bring that together. Put that ball here to replace us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm reading what y'all was saying. I was just going off. Most CBC's active Democrats are carrying excellent. Man, we couldn't go there to be in their politics, but what I'm telling y'all is they only donate to who they align with them. That's what I'm saying. They donating to these people, man. I gotta show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this. Y'all stay tapped in. I'm gonna show y'all like the companies and exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna make that into a video, but y'all gotta see this, bro. This is just crazy. I gotta show y'all this. But I'm like, why would they? It don't make sense to me. Congressional Caucus Foundation. It just don't make sense to me, bro, that these corporations would even be caring Check this out. Let's go home. Now I'm finna show y'all this. Check this out. Let's get to it. This is when we really finna start it right here. I was gonna make this a video, but you know what, man? For y'all been tapped in with me. Wait, I'm on the wrong page. Check this out. So here, because y'all may see something I don't see, right? Y'all may see something I don't see. So check this out. This is it right here. Now, I already see that they going after the youth, man. They're going after the youth heavy. They are going after our youth. So we got to watch out for that. They get internships. We got to start preaching to the youth about this. But check this out. When you go right here to annual reports, and I'm a business type of guy, you know, I'm on the numbers. I kind of can read things through numbers, money, donors, you know. So when I'm looking at this, right, and this is 2023, let me go back to the screen. When I'm looking at the report, check this out. You know, they only want to get to the money. They don't want to get to the money to the end. But check this out. Here it goes. The donor list. So when you go to the donor list, that's the board of directors. This is the donor list. And they showing you like how much they, oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on. Oh, y'all can't see the report. Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta put this one on here. 1 second. Cause it's giving me a whole nother screen. All right, here it go right here. Oh, y'all can see it. But check this out. I'm gonna make it big. So we here. But check this out. Here, right? This is the donors. Because everything seemed good. They talk about doing things for getting black people in office, right? But here's where it gets suspicious. Salute, family. Put in my shirt, I'm not related to Richard Pryor. But check this out. We got the Tracking Foundation. They sent 4 million. Amazon sent 900 to 1.5 million. You got Facebook, State Farm, Wells Fargo, Chevron. Look at all of these big, you know, big white corporations. Pepsi, Prudential. I don't see not now black business in sight here. None of their donors is from a black business. So if none of your donors, right? If everybody who you getting money from to support a black cause and is not from a black dollar, who is it really supporting? Y'all get what I'm saying? Who would, you know, like, it's like the Black Panther Party. Do you think if the Black Panther Party was around, do you think all of them corporations and them businesses would have donated this money for their growth and for them to be as big as they are? Hell no. These companies are not finna donate to no Black Panther Association, Black Panther Party. So why aren't FBA supporting them? This is what we talking about, bro. This is what we awakening up. Listen, it's January. A lot of stuff finna be said. It's a lot of cancellations finna be coming on. You know, this is an exposing that's going on. These are the people that's tied to probably black liberation, and they're probably trying to control it. So we gotta like look at, and I don't know if y'all can't even see the list like this. Let me zoom in a little bit because it's probably like I don't know if y'all even see it. No, I like it. I'm too big of it. But salute, fam. CRU reality. Car insurance be scamming. Yeah, man. So the government is behind this. So we got to look at this and like, bro, Facebook, State Farm, the Scotts and Miracle Go Foundation, Wells Fargo, Chevron, Airbnb. Airbnb sent 200,000. Unless we're gonna say that these people sending money and they not knowing, like they just thinking, dang, we gotta donate to a black organization because this is something we gotta do, but they don't know that this money is being stolen. Like this money needs to be directed. If anybody giving money on our cause, it has to be, we gotta know about it, not no congressional black caucus. So they probably in it. I'm thinking they in on it. Okay, yes, let's get foreigners. Let's get foreigners. We need, y'all good for business for us, Democrat. We need to keep the black people down. So we're gonna, with our profits that we're getting, we're gonna push this. We must be prepared to fight. So we gotta basically cancel out all of these dang, my bad. We gotta cancel out all of these companies too. Cause you can't be down with our demise. You can't be down with our demise like that. But that's exactly why I don't fool with foreigners no more. But check this out. Now I'm gonna go a little deeper. Now these all of the money in it. You got Lyft, you got Tesla, AT&T, you got all the Fortune 500 companies out here. They're involved. And when something happened, these gonna be the first companies to let go of black people. Now, check it out. I still got more donor lists. The best of the best. You got Walgreens, Tyson Foods. And then you got over here, right? I want y'all to see this. You got fraternities and sororities, dog. Yo, I ain't catch y'all in the chat, but check this out. Salute, Solani. I appreciate you for tapping in. Extra lovely tapping in. I know how we do. Chad Wininsky. That's the first time I'm seeing Chad. But salute. Money man, I appreciate you, bro. Last time I was at the pump, it was 3.7. But check this out. So the donor list, look at all of these donors. So I'm going at these donors, right? Look. We got all of these big companies. But then we look at what they doing. Check this out. This they financial paperwork. And this is in 2023. So in 2023, oh yeah, it is them organizations. That's what I kind of lost my train of thought. I seen Solani Tania came in the chat, but check this out. We got Sigma, Pi Phi. You got, they look like the only one, but that's suspect. Why are they the only? Oh no, all of them. Alpha Phi Alpha. So you mean to tell me, hold on. You mean to tell me not only all of the big corporations is sending the money, but you mean to tell me the D9, the Kappa Alpha Fraternity Inc., The five better. Y'all see this? The whole D9 sending money? It's bizarre and sus for an immigrant to even want to get into politics. They should be concentrating on learning. For real. She put the Boulay crew. So all I'm saying is you got all of the donors to the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation is the D9 and all of these top 500 companies. They're all the ops, y'all. That just explains it right here. They're the ops. Now let's look at the money. Oh yeah, it's treason because they're using our image, name, and likeness. See, the whole purpose of this, Black Caucus Foundation is to get Black Americans in seats. It's not to get people from other countries. It's supposed to help us. So that's the pimp where they're pimping us. But look at these numbers. He put Boulay is supporting those you call tethers. Of course, because it's undermining us. Whoever running the Boulay is somebody from outside the country, bro. That's not an American. Think about it. The Boulay is called the Greek. They call themselves the Greek blacks or something like that. That's already telling you that's, they're aligning themselves with something that's outside of America. So in 2023, they got 41 million. They got 41 million in total assets. That's where they at. That's just in 2023. But we don't see them doing nothing in the community. That's my point. Put the Boulay in tethers. Fannie Willis is not FBA and neither is her father. Family, you don't know this yet, but we have one. We got the land back. Started January 6th. Yeah. If you are not Black American, don't vote for them. Problem solved. For real. But this proves y'all that, it's cap. I don't understand why all of these, these white corporations will be trying to help us get to our liberation. It just don't make no sense. But this is the cap they feeding us. So all of these organizations, they're using our Black American image, name, and likeness, and they're getting money from other companies that's supporting their cause in the name of our causes. Just like the Black Lives Matter movement. So we don't know how much money is being distributed to these organizations, and them saying, you got to get this money to help Black people for whatever things that they've been through and for their, the wealth gap. You have to give such and such. So now we don't got no control over who getting money from off of our name. You put it, the Boulay is Black American. Start groom the frats to Soreros up to Prince Alfred Mason. Bro, the Boulay is not Black American though. That's what you don't understand. It's called Greek blacks. I know about Copeland. It's not. They got handlers, bro. It's not Black people. They're just the puppets. It ain't no. They not leading the whole Boulay. They're not taking charge. They're doing behind the masters. They got people that's on top of them. If it was a Black thing, bro, they would have been doing their own thing. That's why you don't be knowing what's going on. To say Boule is a Black American thing, bro, when they calling themselves Greek and they using different, that don't even make sense. How is it a Black American thing? You need to do some research, bro. The NAACP Urban League receives grant money to help us, but they give the money to everyone else except FBA. This is what they doing. They using our image, name, and likeness. That's what the Black Caucus is doing, the NAACP, and people are donating money to them. And we don't know nothing about it. We ain't seeing it. We don't like, we got to make it to where you can't receive money on our behalf no more. Oh, the land has been returned to the indigenous Americans. On the 6th? If all of these immigrants are not deported, then their citizenship still needs to be stripped. They should not receive any public assistance, Medicare. Now, these so-called organizations' sole purpose is to undermine us. Yeah, man, it's to undermine us. I'm telling you, and that's what that donor list is telling me. Shout out. Call Leo close to the final part of January 6th. You keep saying, bro, we free, the land gonna be returned. I'm interested to see what you get on the mic, man. I want to get some of that energy you talking about. But bless LA Opkins in the building. But yeah, y'all, this is suspect right here. I'm saying this is all suspect. All of these businesses is suspect, but they getting big money every year. And they showing off like, look how good we doing with our money. So this is something that gotta go. But let me let y'all. JP Morgan fell today, the biggest bank that was king. Dang, man. I hope, man. Well, I just got a new Wells Fargo card. I'm thinking about, since I seen them on this, man, I'm gonna have to return it. It was a credit card. The Boule was created in America by whites to create an educated leadership class to mislead after slavery. The Boule is American. They are in Greek fraternities and sororities. Yeah. The Boule is, but it's not ran by, he was saying like it's a Black American thing. I don't know why this dude would say the Boule is us. Like, yeah, that's what I wanted to tap in to show y'all what you said. You agree. Silence is not an option. Big facts. Say the Black Caucus have no interest in Black America and half our immigrants. And we seeing this, man. So there's no way people should be paying the Black Caucus to get immigrants into the country. That's just crazy to me. But that's what's going on right now. But I wanted to show y'all that real quick, but we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to the episode. But yeah, y'all, we gotta get these, we gotta be stepping back up with this
Separation.
So I just ask, what happens next, right?
It's all about
We have
money
this
and control.
horrific death. You can ascertain who's at fault there, and that'll be litigated, I'm sure. But you have thousands of federal agents conducting immigration raids in the Twin Cities right now. And there's a choice. Yeah. Do you continue to conduct these raids? Do you have warrants? Yes. Do you continue to follow the mission and the purpose that President Trump has
I want to get what y'all think.
Ran on and was elected on? Or do you heed the warning from the mayor and others and let things cool off and get out of Dodge?
Yeah,
I
that'll
don't
be
know.
interesting. We haven't heard anything. We did get a statement from Secretary Noem this morning about the shooting. She's in Texas now. She was here yesterday, but no word yet on whether or not they're going to stand down on this operation here in Minneapolis.
Do we have the statement from Majority Whip Tom Emmer? Because we've been hearing from a lot of local elected Democrats, but I would love to hear what Emmer had to say this morning. Okay, 1 second. And Sammy, I don't know if you want to read that.
First, yeah, who gonna give us the most?
Tom Emmer on X said, "Our brave ICE agents put their lives on the line every day to protect our communities from dangerous criminals. May God bless and protect them in their efforts. Shame on the elected officials who endanger these agents by spewing lies and hateful rhetoric." We also got some updates. There it is over there on the screen. We also got a recent update from Hennepin County Sheriff who said that their office was not involved in the shooting, nor were they on scene when it happened. Our deputies did respond to preserve the crime scene. We also have some updated statements from Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy and House DFL Leader Zach Stevenson. Leader Murphy says she's devastated and furious. A weak president sent ICE agents to Minnesota to sow chaos without regard for human life. And today's killing is the predictable outcome. Leader Stevenson said a woman was shot and killed today by an ICE officer. We're monitoring the situation and gathering the facts, but we know this is yet another dark day for Minnesota as the federal government continues to target our.
Y'all see it. Another dark day. So I'm glad the person. So get your money out the bank and invest into hard assets. Hey man, I'm with you on that, family. I'm with you on that. I gotta check with you on that JP Morgan. APAC, Political Action Committee, used to get the politicians to do what they want. Hispanics are pushing the working families path. You put, looks like we will never get these illegals out. Nah, it's coming, man. It's coming because it's too much corruption on it. But I want to show y'all, get on some FBA business. But definitely, I'm gonna do a video. I saw a vid of the woman look to keep driving with the agent slightly in front of the car. Yeah, man. The Congressional Black Caucus it's something seriously needs to be done. It's like seriously treason. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars years. Every year could be going to help us for real. Like something that to our cause that they ain't even worrying about. But check this out. I'm going to I want y'all to see what's going on with it. Going on with some FBA business. But yeah, that's big. I may have to do a whole nother section on that. No one cares about us but us. Nobody cares about us but us, man. That's big fact. But I wanted to watch some of this. Us standing on business. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get it. Right. All right. I'll check it out.
until like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So for her, she wasn't looking to like my people, the Black people. She was like, I'm here to work. I need to make ends meet. I need to do this for my kids. So whatever the white man needs, and it's like getting out of that mindset, and it's like our issues are more than being recognized. As long as you respect me, you're paying my check, we have that professional relationship, whatever. I'm not gonna like try to have my rights. If you
I have a question. As a Black girl, okay, so it's okay to say that as a Black woman or someone from Africa, if I go to the States, it's okay for me to bend over backwards to please you as a white person, just as long as I get paid.
It's not about the white person. It's about knowing your goals and knowing your network and how to deal with different people. So it's more about seeing someone's race. But if someone is being racist towards you, you figure out how to deal with that in the wisest way possible, and you move forward to people who actually can help you win at life.
Appreciate y'all.
African women prefer white men. Yeah, that's true. I've seen it. I've seen it through generations. I've seen older women, younger women, they all prefer white men. And I came down and said, why is that the case? That's weird. And I think I came up with the answer. I think it's just a matter of, I think it's a matter of culture and education. Do you know how they say the hierarchy of humanity is? We have the white man, the white woman, the Black man, and the Black woman. And, the other is there as well, but this is black and white. I think that's not true anymore. I think it's white man, white woman, Black woman, and then Black man. Because the white woman has been assimilated by the white man. And the Black man has been left with nothing. Basically, the Black man has been left with remnants of British culture that he must fit into to make a person of himself. I've seen this. African women would rather marry white trash than a successful African male. Why is that the case? It feels like these men have no soul unto themselves. It's like, to quote Nkuruma, paraphrasing here, it's like, he said, we are cheap copies, caricatures to be laughed at with our pretensions to British bourgeois geniality. And just listen to me, listen to how I'm speaking right now. Isn't that true? I'm not proud of this, I'm ashamed, but it's the way the cards are falling on the deck. So we just have to make peace with it. My only problem is African men do have a way out of this so very easily if we just be men and stand up for ourselves and revolt and re-educate ourselves and take the reins away from the weak white men that have outsmarted us. Weak, but very wily, very smart. We need to take that back from them. And one of my exes once told me, Churchill, you're like the whitest Kenyan guy I know. And after that, she said, if we ever break up, which we did, only God, obviously, if we ever break up, after Churchill, it's only God. But if she had to jump back in the game, which I'm sure she does, it'll probably be a white man. And I was kind of flattered by that, but also offended at the same time. Flattered because I know the reality is, yes, culture-wise, education-wise, we've been fucked. But in another way, stranger, I was like, damn, those are my guys, though. Those are my people. What do you mean you don't want to, like, yo.
Misunderstood debate, Jewish Muslims, women's networks, and we're not into big work here. And these lovely people who are
oh man, y'all gonna have to check, man. I broke down on how these big corporations is donating to Black Caucus Foundation. And I'm talking about millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And they got these sororities, fraternities, and their goal is to help Black people get in the office. So I was showing that that's a scam. If our people, if Black businesses is not donating to that, they're doing it for another reason.
say this. Say, I realized African girls that are mostly into white men, they would make it difficult for a black guy that want to play tough and have standards when it comes to a black man. When it comes to a white man, they will literally be open to a one-night stand in hopes that they will bag a white. Oh my God!
I don't see them. I don't see them.
That's actually a fact.
No values,
That's
no
actually a fact.
standards. Where?
That's
It's
a
actually a
fact.
fact. Yeah.
Yes, and
Straight up.
African girls, I tell you, me, I saw these things in Kenya. Hey.
But did you see them actually do that deed?
But you live in Uganda as well.
Yeah. What have you seen in Uganda? Is that thing I saw in Kenya?
In Kenya, like, even
In Uganda, I saw
they
these
do.
things even in a club.
Okay,
Yo,
yeah.
I saw when
Tell us what you saw in Uganda.
a black man will come to the table.
Yeah.
They will want him to buy a drink first, you know, and be cool and buy peas and everything. The moment a white man comes around, the skirts he will touch anywhere, like they actually don't care. So I realize African girls that like white men, they will make everything easy for a white man. Like the white man can get away with everything because they are so desperate for a white man.
So Esther went to a whorish place. I'm sorry.
But it's reality. It happens.
Fact.
It happens.
Those are facts.
Even if you find girls on a website, on a dating sites, if it's a black man they're talking to, they are most likely not to send their nude picture to a black guy. They are most likely going to send a nude to a white man. Is that lies?
It's true.
My dream is to become a psychologist, and I want to marry a white man and live in Constantia. I want to live with my husband and my 2 daughters' house.
These African want us to unite. How you gonna unite? Yang kau ajak.
Mama. No.
Mama. This is what they want us to. This is what they want us to act like over here in the U.S. That's why it ain't go work with us even dealing with no foreign anything. We got a lot of
Just what y'all, a lot of y'all be wanting. Not so much Black American women, but a lot of women in the African diaspora, specifically people in Africa, and Haitian women, a lot of them. Y'all love this. Y'all love that. You know, they're gonna keep it going too. You know, she's gonna grow up and get her a white man. But then their children is gonna go get another white one, etc., etc., etc. Yeah.
Island women.
Man, we got Audra on the line. What's good, Audra?
Hello, good evening. How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. How you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Where you calling from?
I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida. Okay. You're in Florida. That's what's up. Florida in the house.
I
Florida
see you
in
do the water softener. Is it?
Yup. I do
Yeah.
everything with water. Yup.
Yeah. How did you start doing that? Like, did you go to school for it, or you just started learning in the field on the job, or?
I started learning in the field, man. I was actually I got into some legal trouble when I was running around in the streets, and then I was like thinking about what was gonna be my next step. And then I was like, I started researching in the water, and I got with a company, and then that's what started my whole water journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
on the
know,
job training.
my mother, she went to school for wastewater management. while she was in prison.
What?
Yeah, she partly helped build the prison that's in Lowell, but not the old side, but the new side. Yeah.
Dang. So that's how she learned about water and wastewater treatment and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Now,
crazy.
I went to school for HVAC, and I learned about it in prison.
Dang. And
I
you
only
got
had to do 6
certified? months
months there, but I told the teacher, I was like, I can do this in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I could read a book a day, right? But they wouldn't let me. So when I came home, I learned about the WIOA grant and of course the Pell Grant. So I went to trade school. My class was like 7,000 and something, so it wasn't a lot of money. But there are other schools around where the class is like $18,000, So if anyone goes to school, check the prices. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because, yeah, when something like that happens, you do have to look into other ways of making money, right? You have to figure it out. And usually something is hands-on, something that we would never think about, but it's a necessity. Wastewater management, that's important,
Yes.
Air conditioning, refrigeration, grocery stores, all of that is important. So, when all of this, while we're talking about things like this, money, finances, people like us, we're going to look deeper, right? Like I hear the other channels, like I don't really know the names, but some of them are kind of against FBA, right? And they'll play and pretend like they're FBA, but they're not.
Right.
And one of them, he kept saying, you guys keep asking for reparations, but you got to put the bills out there or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me look into what he's talking about, and just, I think yesterday or the day before, I found out about Article 6 of the Civil Rights Act. It's called Article 6 of the Civil Rights Act.
And what it have in it? Go ahead.
So what that basically says is that you cannot give federal grant money to any race-based organization. So that's why that particular guy was saying that you guys are not going to get it because it's race-based, da-da-da. So when you just now, right? I looked up, I said, does the Congressional Black Caucus receive federal grant money? Right?
Right.
And it says the Congressional Black Caucus itself does not directly receive federal grant money as an entity, but its associated Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, CBCF, and member programs secure significant federal funding and grants, often advocating and distributing funds for historically Black colleges and universities and other initiatives with funding coming from federal appropriations and private sources. So, but remember when you about the donors, so I had Googled the Congressional Black Caucus donors. I was about to ask you in the chat, could you walk us back through how you got to that page? Because I couldn't find it. But that's why I put the link in your chat. I was like, this looks weird. Like you have, like it says Daniel McKissick. It says Cheryl and Daniel McKissick of Armonic, New York. And it gives their code. And it says their occupation is McKissick and McKissick. So I guess they're a law firm. And it says date of contribution 7/18 of 23. They donated $5,000 to the Congressional Black Caucus. Now, grant money, they're probably going to get millions, right? 100 million here, 12 million, 2 million, whatever. It's going to be a lot of money. But with all of these other donations, this is going to the Congressional Black Caucus. So I wonder, where does all of this money go? Because it's definitely not helping us. And the Urban League is supposed to be a Black foundation. The NAACP is as well, right? I didn't know Black Caucus, but I had an issue, which is partly why I ended up in prison or whatever. But I tried to call and get help, and nobody would help me, you know?
Dang.
And I had another issue too, with my house, where the Urban League was supposed to help with the Obama program.
Right.
And you know what I realized by being in this, dealing with this, that particular situation, all of these people, a lot of these people that are in these positions, like different jobs, like government jobs, they're not foundational Black Americans, not here in Florida. They're not. So that's why I put up where we need to start paying attention to how these people look, like small ears. You know, there's different things. I mean, all of them aren't going to have small ears, right? All of them are not going to have perfectly square shoulders, because like that guy, Cam, whatever his name is, he's exposing people. He's
Cam James, yeah.
Yeah, he's not FBA, and it's so disingenuous, because one moment he's saying he's foundational to this country, you know, but the next you got no one on his channel that I've seen that goes on his lives for the little bit I've seen the last few days is foundational Black American.
Right.
None of those guys are, you know.
And
you and I, how long you been in Florida?
I'm born and raised in Florida.
Okay,
but,
so I mean, I'm in Central Florida, right?
Right.
So this is like a hub for Jamaicans and Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Mexicans, all of them.
Yeah,
okay?
Especially
Bohemians.
Yeah,
my
South
pastor
and Central Florida.
Yeah. And now Jacksonville, you get Somalians, Ethiopians, all of that, you know, Africans. So in Miami, I mean, Orlando, you get some Africans too. So I don't, even like with my family, like my aunt, she has, you know, she has friends, you know, a lot of friends, you know, and I put a post on my Facebook, and I was like, pointing out the features, right? What to look for. And my aunt was like, call me. She was like, somebody gonna F you up. I'm like, what? Auntie, what did you say? Saying you're talking about these people hairlines and Haitians hairlines. Like, what? I'm like, okay, she didn't understand. I'm pointing something out with this delineation thing. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that even some of my closest friends are not foundational Black American. So now I done kind of peed a lot of people off. But how you gonna how can you be a Haitian and not have a Creole name or a French name or something? Give me, you know, some type of, tell me something, you know, because I did realize it was not normal to not have like Sunday dinners, you know, holiday get-togethers, you know, cookouts, family reunions, things that foundational Black Americans have, right? They've gotten so meshed into our culture that they cook what we eat, you know, they cook our stuff. And now they've gotten so, I guess, comfortable, right? I've noticed now, like with the Facebook posts, people are posting like beans and rice, you know, because you got some people, you can tell, okay, that's a Jamaican, that's a Haitian, because they got the accent, right? But you have some, the ones that have been here the longest, the ones that have had homes built here since the 1950s.
Right.
Okay. We don't know who these people are, you know? But now, because I always thought it was something weird, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Like certain people look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know, like I was like, well, maybe they're just born like that, you know?
And too, the way they talk. So nowadays you can hear people talk and you won't be able to tell because they'll sound like they from Florida. Like you will hear them and you'll be
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Man, they
easy
sound
to
like they from-"
cosplay as a Southern. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we so laid back with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's scary to me because and then what's so bad is they get into like police positions, you know, and they'll kill one of us. Like one where the kid got killed by the officer up here, the 17-year-old, he got killed by a Jamaican cop. When he found out that the mother of the child was Jamaican, oh, now he on Facebook, you know, trying to be like, he's sad, he quit the force. Yeah, but he thought this child was black. You see what I'm saying? Recently in September, this dude ran over a girl, ran her over and backed up over her. He was Haitian. He didn't know the girl was Haitian too. Haitian descent. So it's like you have to watch it. Like these people are out. Never in my life have I known of a stabbing in our county jail. Stabbings are occurring in our county jail now. MS-13, all of that. So, I just came up here to say that delineation is good, and what you're saying is right on with these pacts. For me personally, I have already started boycotting these companies. Like I don't spend on certain things like I would. Like if I want potato chips, right?
For real.
I might not buy that at the grocery store no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I want to buy a snack, right? I'm going to have to bake it from scratch now. You know, everything I'm doing from scratch, you know, and I wish I can get down to, you know, who makes the things that I do use. Like
that's what we got to get. Listen, and I'm so glad you're in Florida. I want you to get I got an Instagram and because you do HVAC and I do water. So this the kind of stuff we got to do. Like we got to make sure, like I was saying this on one of my lives, whatever we got to have, like, look, you do HVAC, I'm in the water. Let's say we got an electrical person and let's say we got like a carpenter. We'll have everything to like put a house together. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
like
the thing. Like I know people like that, but they're not foundational here. And that's another thing. I was like, hey, you put everybody on to the dope game, but you're not putting nobody on to what you're doing now. So that's another thing. They block us out. It's not just the Hispanics, it's them. They're blocking us out too. So when you brought the Black Caucus, how they are funneling the government grant money and all these donations, these people that are donating in the grant money, I can't say that all of them know that they're foreigners, but most Caucasians can tell you, hey, you're not Black. You know what I'm saying? They know who we are. Because I pulled up on the it's the Smithsonian, you know, pictures of us Black Americans, and they know how we look. They know how they look. So the same things that I'm, you know, pointing out, like their square shoulders, like all of the Tubi actors and actresses, you know, it's looking disgusting to watch. You know, at this point, because we're so used to, I mean, we're good looking people, you know, we're not bad looking. And when you see Tubi with these botched BBLs everywhere and people that don't look too right, it's like,
it's putting a bad name on us, right? Like nobody don't know who we is, right? Like they like, are they Black? Are they FBA or you know, who are they?
And when you see, I'm okay. You also when I was in school, right? Art school, even before that, through just growing up, you know, because we're in classes with Hispanics, right? We're in classes with Haitian Jamaicans. So the way they draw, their style is totally different. FBA art, our style is different. Like I may draw you and they look exactly like you. When they draw you, it's not. Like, look at their tattoos. Look at the way they draw. It's not our style. And see, I can see that from an artist's perspective. Same thing when you look at the architecture, like in Chicago, DC, Cincinnati, San Francisco, New York, Buffalo, all over. Even I don't even think they built the Skyway Bridge. It stands 430 feet high. The architecture, even here in my city, it's not the best. I mean, it's not a big city, you know, it's like a small town sort of, but even, you know, the architecture here, the older architecture, they didn't build. I don't think they built any of this.
No.
So the Tartaria videos that are now coming out, you guys have to watch it and start to think critically, like think outside the box. Because just like with this, where I say we go and we research other things, like, okay, who are the donors, right? Do they get grant money? Because it can't get grant money, not for that color, black, right? It has to be repositioned in such a way in order to get that grant money. So yes, we can create our own, you know, groups or whatever.
Yeah.
But just knowing how to research it, right? So when it comes down to gosh, hold on. I guess let me say something. Hold on. Grant money. What was I just saying before that?
You said they only give grant money. It can't be. It
No,
can't
before
be
that.
race. Or you was
before that. I don't know, but I wanted to say one last thing too. NFIP, the National Flood Insurance Protection. It's through FEMA, right? Remember when that flood hit in 2022? I think it hit Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Right. Fort Myers. Now, I learned that it didn't really get inland like that. It didn't really flood them. It flooded those condos and those big like mansions, big homes, right? Worth 600,000 or more. You know how much NFIP gave them per house? Just
how much?
Just ask yourself, how much would it cost to build you right now today a 3,500 square foot house or a 4,500 square foot house? Or a 6,000, 10,000 square foot house?
400,000 at least.
More as well. Yeah, they gave them 350,000, 428,000. But when it comes to Black people, how much were they giving us to rebuild the houses in the Black neighborhoods?
Nothing, or probably what, like 10,000?
30 grand. Like in the early 2000s, remember they were doing that?
Yeah.
But now I'm hearing they're giving like 149 in the Black neighborhoods. But why is it that for these Caucasians or whoever is getting the money, why is it that they get to get a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house? They get to actually build the house back better than it was before. With us, you got to build a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or 3-bedroom, 1-bath shotgun house. Am I lying?
For real. Yeah. No, you ain't lying.
So in our neighborhoods, we have neighborhood blight. But in their neighborhoods, oh, it's so pristine, opulent, because they're not paying for nothing. And because I also study real estate, you know, investing, they don't even pay taxes. Most of them don't even pay property taxes.
Right. We paying all the taxes, the Black people. We pay the most tax. And it was an article about that. We pay the most tax. We're paying into the tax system more than anybody
because you
else.
might be paying $400 a year on an old, beat up 900, 800 square foot house, right? But the next street over, or in the same street, this person, they were Army vet, they wanted to rebuild their house or buy a lot and build a house. And now they're paying $5,000 a year on taxes. Same street, same neighborhood, no new streets, no new investments, no trade schools, no coffee houses, no restaurants, no investment, no mixed use. Yes, and that's another thing. When you try to have mixed use, and on your street, let's say you buy a house or a lot, you want to make it mixed use. You got to go before a board and you got to pay thousands of dollars just to get before the board.
Yeah. Wow, they gonna get right through the board. They already connected. You got to go through all of this.
They're going to change it on their own. The zoning commission,
Yep.
oh, you want to turn this house into a restaurant? Okay. Because they want us to work for them. They don't want us to have our own. But if you think about it, if you can live upstairs and have something downstairs, or live on one side and have a restaurant on the other side, it ain't got to be something where you're going to have a ton of cars coming, right? But it's just an option. If if everyone had their little thing going, you wouldn't have to worry about going to work for pennies at the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's what I want us to do. Like, that's what I want us to do. Like, we gotta be more having our institutions and organizations in place. That's why the Black Caucus, seeing what they doing, we got to be doing that. We got to be like, look, these companies is stealing our image, name, and likeness. Y'all giving them money, and they're
where's the money going?
Aboard, and it's not going to us. So it's like, we got to want to collect that money and anything else. We just got to get our lineage delineate. That's the part of delineating right there.
And that right there, the mixed use, that's just a great way to get our skin in the game without investing millions. Okay, we can start small, start somewhere. And another thing too, that's the reason I mentioned the NFIP, how they give these chunks of money. I mean, come on, more than $250,000 cash. They never have to pay it back. Never. If they stay in their house 5 years or longer, they never have to pay it back. But with the Black people, Black side of town, oh, it stays on there forever. That's what I was told. Yeah. So unless you sell the house, if you sell the house, you got to pay it back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it stays in there forever where you don't have to make any payments, zero interest. But if you sell it, you got to pay it back. With a Caucasian, they only have to live there for 5 years. They sell it, they don't have to pay back that $350,000, that $500,000, whatever it costs. There's no limit to how much it costs to. And what makes it so sad is they've invested money into these contractors, right? The contractors that they allow to bid on it, right? A lot of them are foreign, or a lot of them are just plain crooks. So people like you and I, people who have good intentions, have a good heart, right? We would do so much better to get those contracts, right? So that's the one thing I wanted to say was, when it comes to HVAC, plumbing, electrical, so forth, a lot of us think, okay, I got to go work for this person for 4 years. Now they got it with electrical. You have to work under a contractor for 6 years before you can think about taking your state exams, right? But there's another way around it. You can start out at your local until they change this. Hopefully they do not. You can start at your local counties, take the state test at the county level. So it's a county test, right? But it's the same exact books. For HVAC, it's like 9 different books. But for plumbing, it's just 4 books. You got your 2 business books, and then you got the 2 books on plumbing. So technically, it's just 2 books, because everyone has to pass that business part of the exam, which are those 2 accounting books, right? For electrical, it's only 4 books. So if you do plumbing and electrical, you only need 6 books total. Now, if you do plumbing, electrical, and building, you only need 8 books, 2 more books, right? So you can study to yourself, take time, just read, study, and, go pass the test, because your experience is going to come through you having your business. Like a handyman doesn't need a license, right?
Right.
But with this, yes, now you can go bid on contracts. Now you can go pull that permit to this house you bought that needs to be rewired, or the roof needs to be done, right?
Right.
I mean, so I think that we have to go into these situations talking to each other, showing each other the easy way, not the easy way, but showing each other what they don't want us to know.
Yeah.
Because my instructor in HVAC school, he set me up to fail. He set me up. These people set us up to be employees.
Yeah.
When
That's what they want.
So, but he didn't tell me, Audrey, you can go take this test right after school, right in school. I could have done it, you know? So now I'm behind, right? And that's another thing too. When you're on these jobs, they don't want you to have those higher paying jobs, right? Like when it comes to HVAC, they want me to know everything right out the gate. Yes, I did on the job training in school, right? Yes, I passed the NATE exam. Yes. The top in the class, right? But when I get out in the field, I want the same learning curve as everyone else. I want to get on the job training. I want to drive, ride with someone in the van with me, right? No, they send me out there by myself, right? And then I find where I'm on these job sites, they want me to teach Hispanics that can't even speak English. I got to teach them first day on the job, but you're not paying me. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying me enough. Right. And so I want people to be aware of that, so it doesn't benefit you at all to even go and work for them.
It don't. I'm telling people, like, it's better for us to go to lock in with each other. It's better for us to say, look, we don't have this, and this around here. Yeah. How do we team up so we can make sure our people, we got this and we got jobs for us. That's how we got to look at it now. We can't look at it as us just trying to work. We just trying to get a spot for us. You got to be trying to make it so it's an avenue where we can all get in. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because just having a working around people that don't really want you there, eventually you're going to be looking for somewhere else. We need to have hubs to where.
Oh, I was let go in August from a job. I haven't been doing in the field work since 2021, but I was working as a maintenance tech from the house, like over the phone. Right. I didn't have to leave the house, nothing. So I was getting paid really good. And this Hispanic guy, he discriminated against me. Let's just put it that way. Month after month after month. He discriminated so bad, right? But I was so good at my job, right? I was so good to where I wasn't even supposed to get the Christmas bonus because I had just started that October. But I got the Christmas bonus. So you don't have any complaint about me. No write-ups, nothing, right? In fact, you gave me money I wasn't supposed to have, So I'm that good at my job, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I even complained to HR. One time his supervisor intercepted me from going to HR again and put me into an interview, filmed it, it's on video. His supervisor, he's saying, yeah, because I told him on several occasions, he said, no one should be talked to like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you go to HR on me. And I said, but the last 2 times, he said, no one should be talked to like that. I'm taking myself to HR. So this man was mentally, something wrong with him, right? And his manager in this meeting, he said, yeah, he did tell me that. And he told me pretty much verbatim what I had just told him. And you know what? I told his boss, I said, if I had done anything wrong, I said he would have at least written me up for something, even insubordination, right?
Right.
Never did. But guess what he did do? He ended up writing me up for insubordination. Because I wrote something in the team's chat, right? Because he was trying to say that I was slow on my calls, that I was, what else? Something else. So I said, okay. I said, Javier, I said, look at me. I got this many calls done or whatever, because you have to do reports, other little things. And I'm done. He's like, well, make sure you do your reports too. But he wrote me up for insubordination for putting in the chat. Look what I've done, I've accomplished. So I shared it with another coworker. She was like, he wrote you up for that? And she said, it looks like you were just saying, hey, look at me. I'm doing great, He wrote me up for insubordination. And
I
2
think
weeks
they be
later,
trying to get their
they
people.
fired me and then tell me why. Yep, I still have their equipment and they're not getting it back until they tell me why they fired me. Yeah, so I have to.
Roll
Yeah.
for that. Look, man, they don't care about us. Look, they do not be caring about us, man. So,
Yeah.
but I want us to be in place. I understand what you're saying, and everybody going through that at companies where they was at. It's like they don't really want them there. They rather have these immigrants here. And
that company makes over 100 million a month. They are a REIT.
Right.
And when I tell you it's Hispanics, you know, it's maybe one company out of Maryland that I talked to. I think it was a Black-owned like plumbing company. But yeah, they deal with mostly Hispanic companies or, you know, Caucasian. And even the people that I work with were either Caucasian, Hispanic, Ethiopian, you know, they're not Black.
They're not Black, yeah.
You know, so you guys got to keep an eye open for that. You know, who are your coworkers? Even if you're working remotely or semi-remotely, keep, you know, because even in HVAC, like, I mean,
they're gonna fire us first. Like anytime the budget get short, they gonna. That's why we gotta steal game. Like if you at any of these companies, we gotta know that you gotta steal that game and bring it back to the table, so we know, you know, how to come back and have something and compete. Because right now it's all about prices. Like even with my water treatment right now, it's all about, I ain't gonna say prices, but it's about people who doing great work for a great price. That's who's winning right now in my industry. So if you
with
know
HVAC,
what I mean?
yeah.
So if you got that, I'm saying like we can all do that. Like we can all come together and beat prices and have quality work to where we're taking a lot of money.
I won't touch it outside of a business, because even when I was in school, I went and you know, was doing cleaning and stuff, you know, doing anything to make money. And I had my business insurance, you know, a $2 million policy. And so on the job, they were like, well, you can get sued. Like the HVAC contractor can sue me if something were to happen. Like I could be on a job with 6 other guys, right? But if something goes wrong, they could, you know, because we were just having a conversation. So what do you do, you know, outside of this or whatever? You know, and I was telling him about my cleaning stuff. And, you know, so because I have a business, I didn't tell him about my insurance, but he knows that because I have a business. So he was giving me like the heads up, and he was also telling me about, you know, the journeyman license and different things. They didn't tell me any of that in school, you know. And even him, I'm sure he doesn't even know about the county contractor's license, and he was a Caucasian. So they don't just do it to us, you know, Black people. They do it to anyone who they don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you're out of school, go get your license. Yeah, start at the county level, work for yourself, but it's gonna be, you don't, I know it's kind of hard, but you don't really want to get a business established, but have the license. I don't know if you can have the license without the business yet, because I haven't gotten that far. But the reason I say that is because if you go to work with a company, you can, you know what I'm saying? They can circulate. So the way you even register your business, you know, read up on S Corp versus LLC. LLC is never good, but
the S Corp is good because you got the it's all on what you take out. Yeah, it's not like you can have money go in there and that's not what they're gonna tax it. Yep, I know.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is with S Corp, reason I was scared because I didn't have my money going into my business account. You know what I'm saying? I was mixing business with pleasure. So you see what I'm saying? So I was like, forget that. I'm just gonna dissolve it, you know. Well, not dissolve the company, but dissolve the insurance and what do you call it? Just, you know, keep my business, but not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I can't explain it. But just do my own thing, like work on my own projects. That's what I was doing, not working for customers. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
that too is why I mentioned the NFIP. It's because even if they gave us 250, 400,000, whatever, it's still a way to assist us, right?
Yeah.
With starting a
Okay.
business, you got to buy your tools, your trucks. You know, just a leak detector can cost me $1,000. The
Yeah.
books alone, 2,000, 1,800, right? So
Mhm.
it takes money. And when you're working these jobs, you don't always make enough to even set aside for stuff like that. So when I see how this grant money is being used, even on a personal level, if someone gave you 250,000 or 350,000 or $428,000 to rebuild a house, I mean,
Right.
of your tax dollars. And you know what I'm saying? You've never been given nothing, but here goes, if you get behind on your property taxes, they tear down your house.
Take it. Yeah.
You know, if you don't cut your grass, they put all these liens on it, but they can give them $500,000 to rebuild their house. So I think we have to realize what is going on, what the Somalis are doing and all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody taught them how to do that. And now you have the Black Caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus. I guarantee you, if you research, I'm pretty sure they have Somalis up in there.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. So they're not like, they know it's an organization. They know what's going on. They know how to work the system. They even tell us in some of these chats, political science, we know how to work your system. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as a people, get into fields where you can build a business for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, HVAC is really good too, because you can build a grocery store. You can build your own refrigerator. You can build your own walk-in cooler. Okay,
Right.
you can work with China or whoever and start your own air conditioning line, your own commercial appliance line. There's so many ways to make money, right? Of course, it's going to take investing, you know, and some people are very creative. They can go out and find donors. They know people that know people. You know what I'm saying? So as a people, just, you know, stay focused, but know that times are changing. And the way they're pushing us out of these jobs, and they can do that. This company made it makes $100 million, at least $100 million a month. It's partly owned by BlackRock, the company that I work for. So who are these people? And I've heard BlackRock. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know who all these people are, but this Antifa, these protests, George Soros, what do you call it? Hungary. He's from Hungary, Poland. So when you look at what's going on now with Ukraine, Russia, Venezuela, you see there's two factions, at least two different sides of Caucasians. So I put that on my YouTube page to kind of get people to open their eyes and see, okay, it's not what it appears to be, you know, because it really doesn't make any sense for them to say release Maduro, right? He was a fugitive or whatever. He got caught. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to say, you know, Trump took over their government, right? But it's other ways to look at it. You know, he's sending things here to the US, and that also lets us know, hey, you guys knew who were bringing in the fentanyl. You guys knew who were bringing in the crack, but you put our men in prison for life, for conspiracy, a he say, she say. So NFIP again, National Flood Insurance Program. Insurance is something I thought you had to pay for. But these people, they're giving this money for free, but they're not giving it to Black Americans. So when these immigrants say on these panels, what do you need reparations for? See, they're not us, so they don't know what we've been through beyond slavery.
Yeah.
You know? And unlike them, we don't have that mentality to do nasty stuff. Like I said, that officer that killed that 17-year-old boy, he shot that child commando style. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
The man, the Haitian that ran over that girl, he ran over and backed up and ran over. And he left the scene and gave his car to his nephew. He went from Central Florida and took the car down to Miami area, gave it to his nephew, trying to cover everything up. You know what kind of bond they gave him? A $50,000 bond.
That's crazy.
Had it been a black, he was a Haitian, but had he been one of us,
we wouldn't have got out.
Yeah, so it's a bigger thing that's going on here that I couldn't see before because I wasn't paying attention. You know, you're just living your life, trying to go to work, you know, just trying to live, you know, invest, trying to make a living for yourself, you know. But when you see these are things stacked up against you over and over and over and over again, it's like, how can I come up? But you're giving him $500,000. And I always know that they get things like the 203K loans, right? If you go to get a mortgage, right, you can apply for the 203K loan to fix up a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
If you notice, they don't like to give it to you. They don't even like to give us down payment assistance, right? Yeah. But the 203K loan, they don't want to give you that because it's going to give you equity in that property once you fix it up. But in their side of town, they've been given that.
Yeah,
they'll give them down. If they can give them money to rebuild a house, you don't think they're giving them hundreds of thousands of down payment assistance? So all of these different programs, all of these different grant programs that are out there, there is money of our tax dollars going to them. Slavery, if slavery ever was, it didn't end. It got sophisticated. It became taxes. We pay the most in property taxes, sales tax. You can pretty much say 100% of our money goes to them because they have the goods and services. And now they're taking away our jobs.
Just we jobs. Have more. Right. See, I said this on my channel. I said, look, no more paying taxes. You know, a lot of people are saying they're going to stop paying taxes in 2026. But this is where it's messed up for Black people, right? Yeah. If you don't control what you have to pay the man, if that man can take your money before you get paid, he's going to take your money. But if you have to pay them from what you generated, like I got audited before, you know, the IRS audited me in like 2019, 2020, right? And they showed everything that crypto that I bought. They had everything detailed of what I spent, and it was in a packet. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did they know? I'm thinking that they don't even know what's going on, but they know everywhere you send money. Like everything is, especially if you buying stocks, assets, and stuff like that. They see that. So what I'm saying is, they got to do stuff like that to people who got businesses and stuff and can get money because they're just not going to pay. We're going to find ways not to pay, but somebody who has to get paid by some of these corporations, they're just going to automatically take it out your check. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't really play with them like that. But if most of us can do that, and that's what the other race is going to be able to do, like they got more access to not pay taxes. Yeah. You know?
and that's another thing too. What's going on up there in Minnesota, not only are they not paying taxes because most of them are living off of the system, right? The government knows how much money was going in. They know how much money was being sent to Somalia. Nick Shirley wasn't the first person to go up there. Years ago, a lady was already convicted, right? And I just saw one today where there was on a panel, she's not Black. She was, I don't know what this lady is, but she's not FBA. And she argued them people down. That's ratchet. We don't even it's a time and place for everything, right? So as Black people, we wouldn't even talk like that in front of Congress, you know. But she put up all of the things, all of the people that President Trump had pardoned, right? comparing those people to what's going on now in Somalia. So they know where all this money is going. They're covering each other up because these Democrats are doing the most. Now, Republicans, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, they do what they do. But at the same time, at least a Republican doesn't lock you out of a job or lock you out of buying a franchise. We can sell a couple of houses and come up with $250K, 25% down on $1 million loan and go buy some McDonald's, right?
Mm-hmm.
With these immigrants, they don't want us to do that. They are monopolizing. They don't want us to be able to have any home ownership. They don't want us to own any businesses. And they're trying to take away our opportunities to do that, with at least with Caucasians. I mean, Hilton, you can go and buy you a Hampton Inn hotel. You can come up with $120,000, $140K cash and put down payment on $1 million loan and buy you a Hampton Inn hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So these are things that a lot of us don't know that are accessible to us. And we don't know how am I going to get the $140K? You got to come up with that on your own. But with these immigrants, apparently the government is giving them that money. How are they getting it? I don't know. But a lot of them are coming, like, as I'm all over it. But a lot of them, they come here illegally and they get the food trucks, right? They didn't work 3 and 4 jobs to get that food truck. Like, we're working 3 and 4 jobs, right?
Right.
Just to be able to invest.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing that. So where are they getting the money from? So with the government, Caucasians, what I'm learning is that most Caucasians, they own a business, right? Or someone in their family owns a business. Mm-hmm. Even if they're working a regular job side by side with us, we've noticed they don't have the raggedy cars that we do. They have newer cars. They always eat out, so mm-hmm. something is going on. We never could put a pin on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want us to all realize that as a people, I don't know what the future holds. My situation is probably a lot dire than other people, but I just think that we all have to figure out what we're going to do, focus on that, and just do it, because if not, and if you don't have anyone helping you, I mean, we are going to be homeless.
We gotta help. Yeah, we gotta help each other out. Like, we gotta start our own programs. Like, we gotta figure out how, just like that lady, how they did. And I like how they like trying to put on for their people. We gotta have that kind of energy. Like, we gotta just be putting on for us and making sure we secure here in America. Because I mean, like Claude Anderson said, we become a 4th, 5th underclass citizen, it's over with. It's like we're permanently gonna be the one that nobody spends money with.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna hire. So it's like we gotta get our people some money. So we gotta start bigging our people up and building our people up. So we got people that's taking care of, the bottom.
Yeah. And if you are someone because with my previous employer, we were over the internet, right? So he only saw me like once or twice. But my name, Audra, right? It can look French. It can look, what do you call it? Spanish. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So he didn't know who I was at first. He got very personal in the beginning. So immediately from week 2 in that position, I had problems. It was so bad. I actually got out of training 3 weeks early. 3 weeks early. Everybody else had 3 extra weeks of training, almost a month. I got out early. So I learned the job fast because of his attitude towards me. You know,
Right.
so he learned who I was. You know, at first I thought maybe he had a crush on me or something. So be careful, you know, because some of these people may not can tell that you're not Jamaican, that you're not Haitian, that you're not from Africa, but they're giving
Right.
you this job because of that. And
Mhm.
because of my credentials, obviously. But you know, he didn't want me. He wanted someone else in that position.
Right.
So
They
keep an
want
eye on
people
that.
that they can relate. Yep. That's how it's gonna be. And that's what I'm scared of for our people, man. Like they coming in for a job and they like, nah, we want our people in here. And you begging
Yeah.
these people to get in their jobs. It's crazy.
One more thing too, they're doing, like, two of my cousins ordered their birth certificates, right? One just did 15 years, one had did life. Well, he finally got out in 2021, from 97 to 2021. And one is Daryl, Daryl is how he spells his name. But on his birth certificate, they have it as Darrell.
Right.
My other cousin, he spelled his first name Derick. On his birth certificate, they got it as Derek. On his birth certificate and his social security card.
Right.
So I called the Department of Health in Jacksonville, which is AKA the Department of Vital Statistics. I called the Social Security office. The Social Security office told me they get their information from the Department of Health, Vital Statistics. Call them back. They can't talk to me. We got to talk to the person so they can correct their records. So you tell me, these people, it's deep.
Yeah.
So if my cousins don't look at their credit reports, now an immigrant can put a house in their name, all kind of stuff. So everyone, order your birth certificates, order your social security card. See, I thought that they were changing our names to be able to deport us. Because a Derek or a Darrell can be a Jamaican or a Haitian or a Trinidadian. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I thought, okay, they're going to try to deport us for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this just came out like the last 3 months. My cousins told me this. So I'm like, these people are really trying to deport us. But then I started seeing the articles, you know, the stories of how they're giving out identifications and giving them 20% down payment assistance on a house. So if a house costs $200,000, they're giving them $40,000 down, 20%. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, and then you got a program called NACA, NACA. NACA, no money down.
Yeah.
But all of us can get that. They say, they say you don't have to be an immigrant to get NACA. But my Cuban friend texted me about the NACA program. And all the videos I saw about NACA is immigrants putting these videos out there. So really they cut us out of that, the home ownership. They're giving these loans to them and they're giving them the down payment assistance as well. But those are things I want everyone to do. Order your birth certificates, order your social security cards, do what you got to do to get it corrected. I cannot believe that the government is allowing our birth certificates to be changed. How is that even possible? Because there's a signature. There's signatures on there by your parents, right? It's like a marriage certificate. You got it signed. So you're erasing our history using the government to do it in that form. So if they did come after one of us to take us, if we don't have family, if we're not close-knit with our family, you can get took. You know what I'm saying? So I want everyone to look into that. Even I know with me, my my school records had gotten changed, but I didn't think nothing of it, big deal. But now this has come up, so you guys be careful.
Man, we'll appreciate you, Audrey. We got a couple more people, so go ahead and land your plane.
Okay.
Let everybody know. And I want you to link with me because you got that HVAC, and I put my Discord in there so we can chop it up on ideas. We're trying to get together.
Okay.
So
can I send you something in private? Let me see.
Yeah. Just if you go on my page, I got an IG. The best way to contact me is like through IG. So if you go like one of my videos,
I don't have IG. I close down my Facebook. I close it down every now and again. So I just sent you my email. Do you have it?
All right. Okay. I email you. Definitely. I got that.
Okay.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna email you as soon as when I'm done with this live so we can link.
Okay.
All right.
And y'all take care.
Appreciate you.
I don't want to say no because I'll get going off.
Just tap in next time. We got some other people want to tap in, so I'm gonna let them tap in. But anytime, man, I'll be on tomorrow. So definitely call in. We need to get that good information from y'all. So
you probably won't. I just like to come on one time and let people think about it, replay it, take notes, and let's put it together, you guys. Okay?
For real, let's do it.
I love y'all and have a good week ahead. Bye.
For real. Salute to Audrey, man. Peace and love. Lotus, Ty, what's good?
Hey, y'all.
What's good, family?
Thank you for bringing me up.
Always. I appreciate y'all tapping in. What you got for us today, man? You had Mama Lisa want to know more information on what you was talking about.
Yeah. So I think after the lady who just left, she spoke on those food trucks. And I know out here in California what was happening, how they were getting the food trucks, the illegal immigrants, that is basically they were cutting checks for them for the full amount of a brand new like food truck, or if they found something that they could get used, they were cutting the checks fully for those as well. Now, as far as the homes, Mama Lisa, there was a program out here around like late last summer where and in California, I'm in California, you guys.
Okay.
Where basically the program was called like California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program. So this program, basically what it did was, as long as you can go out, you can go buy a house, you didn't have to have any income, none of that, right? And so you can go out and basically get you a house through this program. And so what ended up happening is the day that they put it out for you to be able to apply for it, and I went on the website, and it wasn't even an hour. The site wasn't even up for an hour. The applications were not even available for an hour before they were all gone. So what happened is the illegal immigrants, the programs that housed them, they were telling them that this application was going to go live. And so they already pretty much had the applications in. And so all of the people that basically were able to get in an application were illegal immigrants, not even Americans. What? And so, yeah, it was all over the news out here for sure, because it was a really big deal, because the homes out here are $1 million plus. They start off at $1 million.
Yeah. Right. I know that in Cali, they crazy expensive.
Right. So this is what happens. And as far as like rallying together and trying to get things done to be able to help each other out, they pull the rugs from underneath us. I don't know if you guys remember about the lady, I believe she's like in Atlanta, don't get me wrong, but she had that capital venture firm called the Fearless Fund. And that fund basically was specifically for Black women to help them out with business grants for brand new businesses that they would have. And I think it was like $20,000. And you would have to go put in a application when the application opened, and you would have to like write write up a grant and basically compete with other people across the nation to be able to get this grant. And for however they did it, whatever their rules were, excuse me, sorry, they would pick whomever out of the group. And so they were sued by the dominant society, someone in the dominant society, and basically they had to open up the fund for other people. But even still, when they did, they were still taking them through the ringer. And so this is why we can't do stuff, because we'll be stopped in our tracks because they're mad because, oh, well, this fund isn't available to me. But you're not, so-called,
foundational to the land.
Foundational to the land. You're not, they're not, I'm having a whole brain fart over here, but
Good.
they're not oppressed, I guess you could say.
Okay. All right.
And so that's basically what I wanted to talk about. So it doesn't matter how many things that we come up with, how creative we get, everything that we do has to be open to everyone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like they bring in all of these illegals, as a buffer class. And then they tell us to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps when the data historically says that every time this happens, when they bring in these groups of illegals, that FBA are, pushed to the back of the hiring line. And this has been happening for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I just wanted to say that and clear that for
We
Mama
appreciate
Lisa.
that.
But
For real.
there is a book by Roy Beck called Back of the Hiring Line. Now, this gentleman is an older white gentleman, and he has been rallying and ringing the alarm for about 4 decades or so. So this is how long that he's been researching this stuff. And it tells you about the 200-year history of the immigration surges, the employer biases, and the depression of Black wealth and what they do. But yeah, so I'm not quite sure what I missed before.
Oh man, you missed. I wish you would have caught it, but we got I was just speaking about the Black Caucus, but I got somebody else on the line want to call in. But yeah, I wish you would have, because I wanted to hear your opinion on that. But I'm gonna go in more on that tomorrow. It's just about the Black Caucus and the donors, that all of these Black organizations is getting money donating in. But I'm gonna redo this one tomorrow, and I want to get some more. I'm gonna do some more research, but yeah, that's all you missed out. But I appreciate you calling in though, Lotus, man. Go ahead and land your plane and let us know how you feel.
Oh, the plane is landed for the most part, but I know Mama Lisa is saying something about a birth certificate. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that was something with people that have, that are nationals of other countries that are having issues. But I mean, they can't deport me nowhere but to my own damn backyard. So I'm not worried about nothing.
That's how I'm feeling. I ain't worrying about no deportation at all. Y'all better scream for me if y'all hear them talking anything like that. But yeah, we appreciate you, Lotus, man. Tap in tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow. We're trying to discuss some information that I found. I'm gonna do some more research. So I appreciate you. We got Big Banger. Big Banger, what's good, family? Dang, Big Banger, you still there? You was in the chat saying you. Oh, Big Banger, what's good? Hold on.
Africa.
Big Banger, can you hear me? My bad, bro.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I was gonna say, I'm from Africa.
No, Banger, we can't hear you. Turn up your volume, bro. We can't even hear you. Your volume like real low. I think I heard you say you from, huh?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. You a little low. Hey, chat, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear him? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear him.
What about now? Is it
Talk
better?
again. Yeah, yep. I can hear you now.
All right, cool, bro. I was just gonna say, I'm from Africa, and I'm really excited to be in a space with my African Americans. So I come to the United States a couple of years ago, and there's a lot of opportunities to make money. So I don't know. It's a great country. Proud to be an immigrant here, and yeah, I appreciate you having me in the space.
Oh, okay. So wait, let me get it right. You an immigrant in Africa right now?
No, I'm in California.
Oh, you in California?
Yeah.
But you from Africa?
Yeah, I'm from Africa.
Got you. And you saying you proud to be in this country here?
Oh yeah. This is a great country. There's a lot of opportunities to be successful, and I don't know. There's a lot of people that have problems. I don't really understand it because there's so many opportunities to make money in the United States. So I don't see how people,
You don't see how people are broke.
Yeah. I mean, nah, I don't understand that.
Right. The people that you see broke, like, who is that? Like, what race or nationality would you say when you come here that you see people that broke?
Oh, from every group. There's broke people from every single group. White people, black people, Hispanic, Latinos. There's no one specific group of broke people, but there's broke people from every group.
Right. But in Africa, like, how was it? Like, was it like was it more broke people or poor people where you from?
Yeah, everybody's broke there. That's why I come here to take advantage of this country.
Oh, you come here to take advantage, like.
Yeah, if there's a place where opportunities are being provided and you can take advantage of something, why would you not take advantage of that thing?
So explain to me how you, because I don't know. I never went to another country. I don't know how it is, but tell me, like, how is it like? So you come here and what is taking advantage? Like, I want to hear it from your point.
Well, I had a opportunity to get a job. A job was offered to me. I took the job and I work 6 days a week, and I work really hard.
What kind of job?
I'm a dry cleaner.
Okay, so all right, so you got the dry cleaning job, and that was your first job here in America?
Yeah, I've been working that job for a couple years now.
Oh, you've been working for a couple years. So so you still do that now?
Yeah, it's a family business.
So you started a family business here?
Yeah, I didn't start it. My other family members, they came first, and they started it, and they started bringing. There's a thing called chain migration. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but they started it first, and then we all followed them. There's 15 of us here.
Dang, so 15 of y'all come here and y'all get money with that's crazy.
Yeah, we taking advantage of the opportunity.
You taking advantage of the opportunity. So I was talking on my show last night, and I was saying that somebody in the chat was saying the land gonna come to us, and I was saying that anybody that's not from this land, they're gonna have to pay a tax. Like, we shouldn't be paying the same taxes. You get what I'm saying? Like, my family, huh?
Yeah, I agree. We pay taxes. We pay the tax.
You pay taxes, but we both pay the same taxes. You get what I'm saying? It's like if I came to your land, right? I wouldn't be able to be as equal and come in and take advantage of opportunities without people gatekeeping. You get what I'm saying? So by you thinking that you coming here to take advantage of an opportunity, you don't understand the suppressing that's going on with the people that's on this land. So by you not knowing that history, it could put people like that in danger. Can you understand that?
Yeah, but what do you mean suppressing? What?
Like from what this is what I'm saying. The stuff that we been going through on this country, like the war on drugs, Black Wall Street, like you in a place where Black people is the most successful, but they got the most taken from them. Like Black Wall Street, we lost a lot of our wealth here, right? So if you don't understand,
That was a long time ago.
It don't matter. I'm just giving you examples. There's things that's happened recently, but you just it just disguised. But when you don't know this and you don't come from this country, you're gonna think that, dang, it's just opportunity here. Like, no, it's a reason why it's opportunity here for you. It's because they don't want certain people in them positions. So they'll rather have you because they know you're not gonna be on the liberation of Black people. You get me? So we can just keep a base here. So, you know, I can keep manipulating the system. But for the people that's on this land, if we get in position, it's going to be hard for you to manipulate the land. You get what I'm saying?
You think people prefer me to have success over you?
Yeah, I think that, look at our country right now, right? You got more people. Look at the Somalian people, right? They came to this country, right? They've been here and they was able to, you know, get malls, get all kind of stuff over there in Minnesota. What would you call that? Have you ever seen a Black person, right, that's not from this country, do anything like that with help from the government? Anything anybody that was from this land created, we did it without any government assistance.
I call that hard work.
You call what hard work? Stealing?
Getting the malls and setting up these businesses. That's hard work.
So all right. So what if white supremacy would have burnt that down? And then you got to start over again.
Yeah,
all that hard work?
Yeah, absolutely. It's double work. So it's
right.
hard work.
So that means you got to salute us because we the ones who built stuff up here and got it burnt down and got it took down. So when you recognizing hard work, think about if you was working hard and then you had somebody taking stuff and you had somebody just suppressing your wealth and anything that these group of people try to do.
Let me ask you
that. Huh?
Let me ask you this, bro. Say you set something up and some people burnt it down. What do you do next? Do you rebuild it or do you keep complaining about my shit got burnt down?
I mean, you can rebuild it, but it's still an enemy there. You get what I'm saying? See, it's still an enemy there that's trying to suppress you. So I can rebuild or whatever I can do, but you got to acknowledge that we do have an op. We do have an enemy that's trying to, you know, keep us down here when we have been the most successful. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you coming here for a reason because of influence. You seen Black people do stuff, so you like, dang, there's opportunity there, right? Like we got the most innovations from anybody in your country. If you look up innovations, creations, and stuff that was done, this people who was on this land did it the biggest, right? Than anybody from your land. So you look at what we did and be like, oh, it's opportunity there. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and let me say this though: my people, my family that came over, we didn't come over because of what Black Americans was doing per se. We came over because there's opportunity in the United States. But Black people have been successful.
But what I'm saying, you had to know about our success because our success was global. Everybody seeing the things we was doing, from music, from art to everything. I'm saying that it had to, even though you may not think it was an influence. Everybody know. That's why you here. Y'all wouldn't even came here, bro. Because listen, Black people made it so you can come here. Our ancestors made it so immigrants can even come to this land. Like we the one co-signed you to be able to do this. So the most that you can do is respect that. You don't even know that. You're not going to even say, man, I respect Black Americans so much for being able to give me the access to come to this country. They fought the war so I can come here. You won't even say that and respect what our ancestors did. You get what I'm saying?
I do respect you. I respect all Americans. I'm not a real American. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm not a real American, and I respect everybody that's come before me and everybody that's done something for me on my behalf, whether it was knowing or unknowingly. I respect that. Let's go back to the burnt down stuff though.
Right. Okay, right. Let's go there. But this is why I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna sound disrespectful with what you're saying if you don't know the history of our people and you just say like, okay, I'm gonna come here and get the resources. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna take advantage. And you don't know our history. You don't know the pain and trauma our people been through of getting resources and doing things, and you talking like that. That's disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? Because if I would have did that in your country, think about that. Where you from? If I would have came to your place and said, yeah, I'm gonna come to your country and take advantage of the resources. I'm gonna take advantage. Y'all just don't want to get no money. Y'all broke. I'm seeing a lot of poor people. That's gonna be taken as you not appreciating the ancestors who blood sacrificed and work they put in so immigrants can come here. It's gonna seem like you don't even care about that. I'm just here to get this money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
Right. So I just want to let you know that, but go ahead what you were saying about the burnt towns.
Well, yeah, so you said that you build something up, it gets burnt down. And then, and I said, do you build up again? You say, you still got the enemy there. You still got the opposition there. And I agree, but do you still not build up? Or why would you not
build up? Listen, after that, bro, we had COINTELPRO. We had a Black Panther Party. That this was global. This was in your country. You had people looking at this and wanting to do this in your country. So we was in 48 states and a whole bunch of different countries. That got took down by Hoover. So, and then we had the war on drugs. We have been at war since the Black Wall Street. You just don't know about it because it's like an underground war with Black Americans that it's not seen, but is strategic things that's happening, like redlining, like different things in our community to strip wealth from us. You see it with our musicians. You see it with a lot of people. So when you don't know this, you're going to think that you're going to be looking at the world in a white supremacist eye, and you're not understanding where we're coming from.
A couple years, I know what you're saying. A couple years ago, there was an article come out about there's a bank called Navy Federal Credit Union or something like that. And after this investigation, it was found out that this institution, this bank, was refusing to loan, provide home loans for Black American people specifically. So I think that's an instance or an example of kind of what you're saying, how there's this war that's ongoing against Black American people, but it's going on in the shadows. It's undercovers, it's layers deep, and people in general globally don't really see this war that's going on. And so when you're looking from afar, like back on the continent, or from somewhere around the world, you don't really understand what's taking place on the ground. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, most definitely. And you have a different mentality, and it's like we just want everybody to understand, but they don't. And like you saying, sometimes the verbiage is like we can tell by what they say that they don't understand the real pain and trauma that's been going on this land, and that's what's going on, because they would recognize it. You would be like, dang, this is crazy. You get what I'm saying? Before, I couldn't dare see myself going to somebody else's land, knowing that, they've lost so many people, and I'm just there to benefit myself. I would feel obligated to help them people in their land first by me being there, just showing homage and respect.
Have you
be able to be there?
My bad. Have you ever been hungry?
Have I ever been hungry?
Yeah. Have you ever not? Have you ever? No. Have you never not eaten for days on end? Do you know what that feels like?
I can't say for days. I have been.
Okay. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you what it feels like when you haven't put food in your stomach for 3 or 4 days. You feel like you're fucking dying. You feel like it. Death by starvation is not an easy, slow, painless death. It is painful. And so when people like me or people around this planet haven't eaten, and there's an opportunity to go to somebody else's country to eat, we're gonna go eat. I mean, people that are left without food in survival situations, they resort to cannibalism. They eat other human beings. is because death by starvation is painful. And so if you got all these starving people around the world, they're going to go, like, and I say they, but it's really me. We're going to go where we need to go to earn some money to get some food. So I don't try not eating for a couple of days and then tell me what you're not willing to do.
Right. And I get you there. But think about it like this, just like you see, you understanding where we come from. So what if we see people that want to eat, right? And we see it being undermined by us. And then we want to do something where it's going to prevent these people from eating. So it could be something like, you know what, we're going to tax you more. Or, you know, we would do the same suppressing that's done to us and push it down on you. So now you eating crumbs. Like, you know, you're eating off the back of what our ancestors did just to be able to eat. So that's just a real dangerous situation. I wouldn't never want to put myself in somebody else, eat off of somebody else's plate. You know, so, just like I said, I would never go to a country, bro, and eat and not want to make sure I'm good with the people on that land. See, we got something here, and I don't know if you know about it, but something here, we had it to where in our neighborhoods, certain people just couldn't come there. You just couldn't come into some of our neighborhoods. It'll be dangerous for you, you know. But we kind of was doing that with each other. But now we getting more hip to how the white supremacy is pimping us. And it could be dangerous for a lot of people that's not from here. If you don't know our history and you don't know what's going on, you could be being disrespectful and somebody just sitting back watching you and you don't even know how they're taking it. So it's like you kind of putting yourself in harm's way without showing respect, paying homage. You get what I'm saying? It's like we're going to look at you as a chicken sandwich because you out here, you eating, but we want what's ours and you in the way of white supremacy and us. And you like right in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think I do. So you're saying that you've been historically unjustly suppressed and oppressed, unlawfully, illegally, immorally. And so because of that, you're going to do that to me if you see me in your community?
No. It's just respect. Just like you said, if you didn't eat, right? If you didn't eat, like, and you're going to go get something to eat, right? So the same way as us, if we not eating, right? And we seeing you eating my food off my plate and I'm seeing you in my community on my land, yeah, it's going to get uncomfortable and dangerous for you. You're not from here. You get what I'm saying? And you're not you're not respecting me and what my ancestors did on this land. So at some point,
how am I disrespecting you?
Just like you said, you come here just to get the money. And my ancestors gave you the right to come here. So instead of you paying homage and making sure that the people who you got here, you know what I'm saying, is good, you just don't care about the people who, you know, paved the way so your family can come here and have a business. So it's like a disregard for my people. You get me?
So I need to kick back or kick in. If I'm eating, I need to give my money that I work for to you.
Yeah, you need to be looking out for the same ancestors so you can come here. You need to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you kick into that pot and making sure they good. Of course, everybody should. Wouldn't that be right? Wouldn't you think that's cool?
That does make some sense. So who exactly would I give my money to, and what percentage of my money that I work for would I give away to somebody else? This is socialism. Is that when we're doing socialism now?
Well, me, you know, I come from the era. It ain't really socialism. It's just respect. It's just, you know, paying homage. It's just understanding. Sometimes it ain't even a number, but knowing if you a real person, you know how to keep it real with certain people. You know, you're going to know to tap in. I'm going to know to go to I'm going to understand, but I'm going to want to understand. Some of y'all come here and you don't want to understand. You don't want to know the history. So
let me,
go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
But like I'm saying, yeah, you should be trying to look into making sure you spending your money. You know, you patronizing the ancestors of the people who let you come here to make money. You know what I mean? You should make sure that you take care of those, you know, people. But we were thinking of something like a tax anyway. You know, somebody that's originally from this land. You know, that's what we was thinking. But I think it's definitely mandatory that everybody should learn and want to pay homage and patronize the ancestors that help you come here. That's just only right, in my opinion. But go ahead. I'll leave you the floor.
You said something earlier about and this is something I noticed about Black people in America. This idea that you said, some Black people can't go into certain areas with other Black people, and this is definitely something I've seen in California, and I've always wondered, why would a Black person harm another Black person because they came into their area or their community? I don't understand. So you're saying that, and
this is why. Let me tell you why a Black person will harm another Black person. Because we got something where this is like some of the silent wars that you don't know about. So what happens is, just like we've had leaders that was killed and they used our people. They use our people to take out our leaders. Okay, so what happens is we got something they call the Willie Lynch, to where it's something that where it keeps us going after each other. So it keeps us divided. But we waking up now, so it's been a lot of violence like that we did we feel like was white supremacist work that was done in the first place. You understand? We don't feel like we never came from a ancestral background of doing it. That just started in like the 80s, the 90s. But back in the Black Panther Party days, in the 20s, Black Wall Street, we were loving people. We looked out for our neighbors. We made sure we built things. So
what changed? Why did that change?
What changed is when integration happened. We integrated with the Caucasian people. So that made them being able to have our control. So we had power because we had our own restaurants, our own banks, our own airports, our own everything. They burnt all that down and they say, okay, let's integrate them with the Caucasian people so we can all be together. Then it was just black and white. And then they bring all of you immigrants over here to make us third and fourth class citizens. So they want to bring immigrants over here, give y'all opportunity so it could keep us at the bottom, the people that's originally owners of this land. You seeing how this works?
Not really. So you're saying because well, hold on, bro. So you're saying that because Black folks in the United States integrated, and immigrants such as myself came over, that causes Black Americans to harm other Black Americans?
No, I never said that. You said, how do we get there? And I say, listen, we came from a background of people that was Black Wall Street, Black Panther Party, that was global. We went from that to our leaders dying in the 60s. 1971, they came up with a Black Caucus. That's when they started grabbing immigrants and putting them in political positions. And this is when the time immigrants started to come into the country.
My question is, how come Black people, Black Americans harm other Black Americans? Like, I'll give you an example, like in Los Angeles, there's a lot of, I don't know where you at, but
I'm in Florida. It's that same thing going on everywhere, in every race, though. Every race, white on white kill each other, bro. Every race kill it.
The FBI crime statistics, I think 2025, and you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, it ain't just black folks committing crimes. It's all people committing crimes. I think Black people were leading in murders, homicides by gun, by like 1,000, like in 2020, 2021, or something like that. And so that's my question: is why would I guess I'm asking about like this gang warfare, especially out here in Los Angeles. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, like I just told you, it's a guy named Gary, not Gary Owens. His name is Gary. He came out with how the CIA was involved in the drugs being over here, and they created this gang. Yeah. Gary Webb. Yep. If you look into Gary Webb's work, he's going to show you and prove to you how they had hands into all of that. See, we are the ones. See, look, you don't got to worry about that. People in y'all countries, y'all don't got to worry about really fighting the top of white supremacy. You guys just over there, you can come over here and they use you. But we, right? We got to worry about really going against the powers that be. They really doing stuff to really try to keep it down here. When you guys don't have to really battle and go through none of that. Can you see that?
I don't understand how I'm being used to harm you. How is that?
You're being used to undermine. You're being used to undermine. You're being used to undermine us. Any immigrants are. Okay, because number one, we signed for you to come over here. Like we made it okay, but then, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, like one of our, historians saying, is that this is hurting us. This is making everything more expensive from us. Y'all coming here, bringing your families, bringing 20, 30 people over here. Everything's getting more expensive. We're going to have to start doing something. We're going to have to start protecting and gatekeeping what's ours, just like y'all do in y'all country. I got my boy Black Boy Wonder. You still there, Banger? I got my boy Black Boy Wonder. I'm gonna let you land your plane, Banger, and let me hear what Black.
No, yeah, I appreciate you having me on the space and having this conversation with me. I always thought we was like a family, but I guess we're not really.
No, I'm saying it ain't that we not a family. It's that it's how you take it. Like if you don't know our history, you would be more like, if you understand, you should be more like, damn, man, these people looked out for me, but you look at this place as more as I'm finna take advantage of the opportunity. Damn the people who helped me take. It's like if you put somebody in position, you help somebody get in position, and then when they get in position, they don't even care, they don't even care that you the one put them on. They just like, yo, man, forget him. I ain't even worried about it. That's how we feel. And it's like, damn, why even put them on? Let them stay in their country then. Why don't they just go build up their own country? We being so nice. So it's not that we all, but it's you. It's like how you acting and how you portraying it, making that we ain't brothers. Because we shouldn't feel disrespected at all.
Well, this whole time. Yeah, well, this whole time you and I have just been conversating, and I thought we had a productive conversation. And the people in the comments is calling me tether and immigrant. And
Listen, because I feel like you don't be understanding what you saying and how you say it. Just like I had to check you about that. Y'all be talking, but y'all don't respect our ancestors. We got real bloodshed here. It's real stuff that happened, lives that lost. So it's like you gotta be very respectful, and you gotta be be humble. You can't come on this and talk all this. I'm gonna take advantage. It's like people, we're gonna feel disrespected. And I hope you don't do this out in public, bro, and be doing this. I hope we checked you right here and you understand and you tell your people and your family that you with that don't be going out here talking like that, because that ain't good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get how you feel about it. I didn't feel like I was being disrespectful, but
but to us, it's not you. You get what I'm saying? You in our land. You feel me?
It's in the eye of the beholder. It's the intent, it was the impact, not the intent. My intent was not to be disrespectful, but the impact, it was disrespectful.
Right. So I don't want to make it seem like we don't like our like we got hate towards people. No. We just checking disrespect. We don't just like dislike nobody. We just trying to respect what's ours and make people respect our ancestors and the things that they did. We just bringing awareness. And if you don't, it could get ugly, but we ain't on that. We trying to just get what's right and fight our fight, bro. Ain't nobody trying to be going at these other races and people like that. We trying to fight our fight. But I hope you learned something, bro. And we ain't on no hate stuff. We just checking disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? And I hope you can spread that message so people don't be disrespecting, our name and our ancestors around here. Let me put the link on. But man, I salute. I appreciate you. Let me bring my boy Black Wonder on. Black Wonder, what's good, family?
Yo, what's happening?
What's good, fam?
Yeah. It's I wasn't really gonna come up because it was a good back and forth, which I think is productive, like with what you're doing. But it's just I I remember when I was last in the States and growing up there was like you had to deal with, you know, these Europeans, these white people really, right? And then you had to deal with a lot of these other races of people coming over and building their empires and looking down on us in our own communities. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize, they don't realize like the government is propping them up. You know, like a crazy amount of Asians in little Asia town and like little Havana and a lot of these places, they don't even have passports. You know what I'm saying? They can come into the land and they don't have to have paperwork like that. And they are able to take ownership, build their business. They don't get backdoored or redlined or anything like that because it is profitable for the government to tax them and bring them in and replace the you know, the people of the land and not let them get up. Because at the end of the day now, you have a duty to those that were in the land and help to build the land and, you know, have core bloodlines going back to the lineage where basically y'all, we're quite equal in America. Right. And that's where the suppression comes in. And it's crazy because there are a lot of tactics that have been manipulated and played out to keep the situation, the status quo, you know, as you could so to speak, to the way that it is. And I thank God though that a lot of Black people are starting to wake up to it and get privy to it. Something you mentioned that I didn't even know was going on. Like back in the day, you couldn't slide through certain hoods, even if you was Black yourself, you know what I'm saying, of the same lineage. You couldn't slide through, you know what I'm saying, the Ave over there. Right. If you ain't know somebody over there, you can't be there. So it's good to hear that. Now it's more like there's a unification and they're looking at others that can't slide through it. And that's interesting, man.
It definitely, I was just telling an old head, I was like, man, I'm waking the streets up to politics. It's not, bro, keep pushing this message like this. It's more and more dudes. It's not, people are gonna have to pay us respect. Or it's gonna be problems, bro. And I'm trying to warn these people, like, look, because they don't understand. They just being disrespectful and don't know it. And that's the worst part, when you don't even know you being disrespectful. And you just being disrespectful. That's the worst way to get, you know, something to, you know, happen to you when you don't know you being disrespectful. But yeah, but what you like, what was one of the best parts, man, about that back and forth? Because I was just going, I ain't even know, you know what I'm saying?
For me, I know the chat got a lot that they were saying, but for me, it was because I just got here probably about 15 minutes ago. So I caught the part where he was talking about working for the laundromat or whatever he does. And how, you know, he came, but his people came before him. And he was able to take advantage. And I'm looking at you, you know what I'm saying? I know you, and I'm just seeing how you dealing with it. Right. And I can see though, it's a real situation because at the end of the day, he explained that well at the end to say that it wasn't intended disrespect, right? And that's all well and good. But the truth is, it is disrespectful because you got to think about it. You don't really have many tourists or people coming from the West to certain countries out there in the third world that are taking advantage. You get what I'm saying? So now when you speak so freely of those that are in the West and are under certain situations or circumstances that are, you know, in fight mode or organizations to make things better, and you freely nearly just come in and you know, it comes with an air of disrespect because a lot of them actually think that Black people in America ain't really about nothing. They just see what they see on TV, or they just, you know, pew-pewing up each other. They don't care about each other. They just degenerate. That's how the air gets played in a lot of ways. But at the same time, they don't understand that people have come from the ghetto and made it in the music industry, made it in the arts industry, have made millions and millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, how did they get there? What is actually going on internally? You're looking from an external, rear view, but you think that you're better than somebody. And that's where the disrespect becomes kind of lethal, because it's like, you don't know what you're actually doing to hinder somebody else that really is due.
Right. Due to have that kind of success. But
facts.
That's crazy, man. But they projecting. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm glad we able to have them discussions, man. I'm glad you tapped in. Stay on, Black Boy Wonder, because I got Mama Lisa. Let me put Mama Lisa. Old boy said he wanted to come back on, but Mama Lisa, you there? Mama Lisa, I got you on, Mama. Now you got to make sure your phone right. Oh, Mama Lisa ain't ready, man. Let me he put, and to be honest, you know that they doing the work. Let me bring, hold on, Black Boy, and I'm finna bring Big Bang on. He said he wanted to, say something else.
Yeah, bring him back.
I'm gonna bring him back, Black Boy. Banger, man. I got you back on, man. What's good?
I appreciate you bringing me back up. I wanted to ask. I heard the discourse between yourself and this other gentleman, and the problem is that word I used, advantage. And I was just wondering, what's stopping anybody from taking advantage of what's available?
What's stopping anybody advantage from taking advantage of what's here on the land?
Exactly. Whatever's available. What's stopping anybody from taking advantage of whatever they can?
But that's the point of contention. That's like, you're literally missing it. Nobody's saying that you can't take advantage, right? But what's being announced is that taking advantage should come at a cost for those that have paved the way for others to take advantage. That's the whole point.
How would it be, right? How would it be, Banger? How could somebody take advantage, right? If we was going from the country you was from, and somebody would say the same thing, I'm finna come here and take advantage. How you think the people would take that? How would you take that?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure how I'd take that. If my country provided opportunities for foreigners to come there and take advantage, I don't know.
They do.
Think about it.
You could do the same thing you doing. You could do the same thing you came to America did. You could have did it in your country. You don't think people be successful in their own countries? You think you only could be successful if you come to America?
Just to say that is just crazy to me. You really don't understand poverty in the third world. You think American poverty,
right? But look at that poverty, right? Look at that. Let's look at that poverty for a second, and let's flip this on its head. Yeah. Now let's say the situation is the way it is, and you go outside and you hunt you a deer or chickens or whatever you go out there to get. You got to travel miles to get there, and you hunt and you catch this chicken. But then the government allows a whole bunch of other people to come into that same land, and now you got to contend with those people for that same chicken. How would you feel in the state of the poverty that you were speaking of? How would you feel about that?
I understand what you're saying. And the only pushback I have is the abundance. It feels to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels to me like there's a lot of abundance in the United States. There's a lot of resources. There's a lot of food. There's not a limited amount of food, if you get what I'm saying.
No, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of abundance, but that abundance was developed by the people of the land for the most part. So now when you step into the land where this abundance has been, developed and produced by the people that are living there, but they're not equal beneficiaries or higher up on the hierarchy of receiving those benefits. And then now you come into the country and it's cool to come into the country and do what you need to do, but you don't pay respect to those that are there doing what they can for you to even reap that benefit, for it to even be a fruitful situation for you to walk into.
And what does that look like to pay my respects or to pay back? Kind of like what I was saying with the host earlier. So I need to kick back. I need to give money to people from the land, a percentage of my paycheck. What does that look like to pay respect to the people from the land?
This is why conversations and channels like this are starting to be more frequent, because as of yet, there is nothing that is widely out there for us all to take advantage of. You get what I'm saying? You can take advantage of this. Some people can't take advantage of what you're doing, but this is why, because there has to be systems put in place where there is a tax, like the host is saying, Water God. He's saying that there needs to be a tax lifted. There needs to be a standard that is raised. So when we're talking about what do we expect you to do, right now it's on the first level of respect. That's the first thing. The next thing has to be established, and this is why we're having these conversations.
So there's going to be the idea is there's going to be a special tax placed on all immigrants, and that money will go directly to current citizens or citizens of the United States that have been in for. Is that the idea?
Well, there's a lot of talks about it, and I'm not really privy up to what the latest agendas are about it, but I would imagine something sort of in that direction.
Like that, yeah, sort of like that. Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And the money that's going to be taken out of my check for more taxes, that's going to be given to people that have jobs, don't have jobs. What's the qualifications?
Well, when you think about it, would you say that you pay tax everywhere you go in the earth?
Yeah. Now I'm going to pay more.
Right. How would it be? Think about it, right? How would it be actually more? Right? If there's a whole force of people that are not equal in the taxation. So they're being exploited themselves. The fact that your tax is the price that it is really equated to the lack of equality in tax itself for the things that are being extorted. So really, one could say that the entire tax procedure is moving corruptly.
Yeah, that sound like I didn't really understand what you're saying. So there's going to be a new tax, and there's going to be more taxes, right?
My point is that yes, everything. There's a tax with everything in life, right? But there's a tax that hasn't been paid, and because of this, people are suffering from that. Just like people suffering in countries where it's third world and they're not able to do certain things. That's because, to be honest with you, a lot of these governments are corrupt. So they're extorting their own people to be able to reap the benefits for themselves. So it's more of putting the onus on those that are due it, that do the equality, that do the economics.
So who's the beneficiary of the new tax? Who's getting that money?
FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. But hold on. Anybody that was originally is lineage based, just like we delineating because a lot of people are receiving our resources.
What about white Americans?
Huh?
What about white Americans? Why wouldn't they get the tax? I mean, this is a tax on all immigrants. So why wouldn't this tax go to all Americans?
It's gonna go to all foundational Americans. That's us. That's the people that was on this land first. So if you trace who was on this land first with scientific data, it's going to show you a Black American man named Albert Perry. So what we're saying is, this is our land. We got the data that shows that we were here first. This is our land, just like they try
you guys are the Native Americans.
Here we
was
go.
on this land first. So listen, you guys are the Native. This is what I'm saying. You don't know our history. So where you think we come from?
We all come from Africa.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I just gave you I just gave you a statistic, but hold on. Let me let my guy Aimwell and Lotus Ty, y'all jump in, man. Let's get it. Aimwell, what's good?
What's going on? What's going on, bro? Like this shit is funny. Like we got a situation where as though America is our home. This is our home. We were the first ones here, and we damn sure gonna be the last ones. But you got all these other people coming into our home, eating off our food, eating our table, and we got people in our home that hasn't eaten. We shouldn't have one single homeless person before we worry about one immigrant, to keep it a buck. But the fact that y'all come over here with this entitlement, like this is some type of honeypot for everybody all over the globe to dip their hands in to see what they can get, that shit's done. That shit's dead, bro. And I hear everybody in the background where you at laughing. And this is exactly why we doing what we doing now. Y'all not low, y'all not slick. We peep all this shit. Y'all all goofy.
So that was his people like laughing in the background on his end.
Yeah, I'm in this
He's
house
back
by
there
myself.
washing dishes.
I'm in this house by myself. That was the host back there laughing. That wasn't me.
No, it could have been somebody in my background though. So I ain't gonna say it. It could have been somebody in my background. So we don't want to FBA indigenous. But go ahead, Lotus Ty.
Either way it go, at the end of the day, fuck whatever tax and whatever little piece of money he's talking about that's coming out of his check. At the end of the day, Trump has launched this gold card program in 2025. So if you ain't got $1 million for an individual or $2 million for a corporation to sponsor your employees, you will not be here. This is why they want their asses up out of here. This is why TPS is ending for them in February, on February 27th. The thing is that this is going to be the new pathway for people to get here, and you're going to have to pay to play to be here. You're going to have to gift your contributions to even be able to get expedited processing for this type of stuff. So this is the end of an era for these immigrants. I mean, he said it himself. I got 15 people over here. You ever heard of chain migration? Hell no, we ain't never heard of chain migration. We don't have not married migratory family from anywhere. And then he says, I'm not here. Shut up. I'm not here to be disrespectful, but everything that he has said thus far has been disrespectful. He came up here and his intent is malicious. Oh, we all African. You're not going to Africanize me, sir. I don't look African. My granny, not African, not even close. We don't have the same phenotype. The anthropology would say the lie detector determined that your ass is a lie.
So
we're not African at all. I'm Choctaw. How about that one?
This new program.
Okay, Lotus, let him go. Go ahead, Banger. Go ahead.
This new program that Trump got, y'all talking about, would that be you guys taking advantage of an opportunity?
You're trying to put us into this. This has nothing to do with it. You need to be asking these white people. Y'all are so mad and hell bent and being on FBA spaces and what we're saying that you're not really realizing what they're really doing to you guys. This has nothing to do with us. I don't know what Trump and whoever else these governmental entities are doing to and what they're going to necessarily use for it. They just don't want you here. They don't. This is why that man won by a landslide. They do not want
pay to play. So you
That's
guys
exactly what it is. You can Google it yourself. I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you, but you can Google it.
Take advantage of the opportunity, right?
Do you have $1 million for each individual in your family?
I'm talking about the program.
He's talking about us taking advantage. No, we're not taking advantage.
That has nothing to do with us. That's the Department of Commerce.
That's an
Banger.
EB2. This has nothing to do with H1B1 visas. This is a completely different playing field. And
Neither
they
do
said
I.
it themselves.
I'm
Well,
not
I mean, this isn't something I need to know because I'm not a migrant, but I
You
do
know,
know what they're doing. I do know exactly what they're planning to do. The plan is for them to only to bring, and he said it himself. He hasn't been quiet about it. He wants people that are going to be over here that are going to have the ability to be able to take care of themselves. They have released, he sat up there the other day, I think, what was it, on X, and he released the statistics from every country that's over here, and the percentage of the people that are here from those countries, and how many of them are on welfare.
Government
It's up
assistance. Yep.
it's
I
up to
seen that.
74% and more than that. As far as when it comes to welfare, out of 100% of the total population, including legal and illegal immigrants, 88% of those people are on welfare. Only 16% of those people that are
Right.
on welfare are actually American citizens.
You're saying
So
eight out
they
of
do
10
not
people,
want you here. They want people that are going to be able to pay to play,
eight
and that are going to have the
people
funds to be
in the United
able
States
to
are
do that.
homeless.
They want
what's his
high
name?
value individuals. Unfortunately, the people from your family are not considered high value individuals. They're not going to
Okay.
be able to strengthen national interests. They want
Right.
contributors who can benefit the U.S. economy, and unfortunately,
So the United States,
Let him go.
that's most
Let
of
him go, Loaded.
Africa.
Okay.
What
Go ahead,
what's
Banger.
his name?
His name
so
Banger.
Man,
Big
the
Banger.
United States is going to take
Okay,
advantage
because
of opportunities
that
presented
banner's in
by
the way.
immigrants.
I mean, that's what she's saying, but you said
Exactly. That's what I said earlier. Take advantage. Now you guys
Yeah,
are going to take
no,
advantage. So
You
we're
saying
not
about white
taking
See,
advantage
that's
of anything.
disrespectful. That's
He keeps
disrespectful.
doing that shit.
Because you know, can I just say this real quick? It's disrespectful what you're saying, because what you don't understand is you just got on the plane and you came over. But our forefathers, there are a great many of us who are fathers. Literally, my father served in the Vietnam War. Like, our fathers served and fought for America. So what are we taking advantage of?
Right. You can't take advantage of
the
something.
program as described, as the young lady described the program, is that immigrants here forward are going to have a certain amount of money and assets.
Yeah,
before they
that's
come to
what
the
them
country.
people probably want to do.
That money
Right.
is going to be infused into the United States economy for the benefit of the people. So the people will be
saying
taking
that's white
advantage of
For the
the
U.S. economy.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. So the U.S. economy, the United States, will be taking advantage of immigrants.
Not of you, baby. You won't have anything to worry about. I promise you.
It's not about me.
I promise
It's
you.
about the word. It's about taking advantage. I said earlier, I'm taking advantage.
You came
You
here
guys
to
find
take
humbling.
advantage. You and your family, you and your chain
Right. And
migrant
now
families
the
came
new
here to
program,
take
the
advantage
United
of
States is going to
resources
take
that are
advantage.
here. That's
That's
what
right.
you've done.
We're
So,
all
and what
taking
and what
advantage.
is your and what are the African countries from your motherland doing? They have done what for over 60 plus years? They have taken advantage of the U.S. aid that has come into your countries that should have been able. And on top of that, let's not forget to mention, you guys have been. People from your country have been showing commercials for years, since before I was born, talking about donate $1. $1 a day could feed a whole village of children. So they have taken advantage of the American people.
UNICEF is not an African
They've done
organization.
that. It's not just UNICEF. It's all of them. It's not just UNICEF. But at the end of the day, you guys have taken over 60 years of U.S. aid, and you guys still power shed. Your governments are still oppressing you by lining their pockets and not
Is an
using those
American
funds for what they're
organization.
supposed to use it to. But meanwhile, you get your ass on these white people platform, and then you're sitting up here questioning FBA as if we're taking the money out of your checks. Last time I checked,
I'm
Uncle
not sure
Sam
what
was
white
a
people
white
got to
man.
do with it. I'm not sure
Uncle
what.
Sam is a white man. You keep asking
Okay.
us, what are we going to do with that money? How about you ask the
I didn't ask you
politicians
that.
what they were
I
going to
didn't
do
say
with
that
the
not
money?
one time. I didn't say that. I
You
never
didn't
said
say that, but you implied it, baby.
Yeah,
It was
when you
it was
said taking
implied.
advantage, that's
It
what
was
you're implying.
implied. You keep questioning
Yeah.
the men on this platform. What are y'all gonna do with the money? It's not what we're
I
gonna
never
be
said
doing.
that.
You're asking
I
the
never
wrong
said that.
people. Yes,
I don't know who
you
you're talking to. I
did.
never said that.
Yes, you did. You asked us what
I
were we
don't.
gonna do with the money,
I never
the
asked
reason,
what you
Okay,
were
well,
doing
let's
with the
say he
money.
didn't. Okay, listen,
bro,
we're not gonna go back and forth on that.
you
That's
pissing
cool.
on me and trying
That's
to tell me
cool.
it's rain.
Right, that's cool. That's cool. He said, well, he didn't say that. But the point is, by you talking about this taking advantage, we can't, you can't say we taking advantage of something that was already rightly supposed to be ours. And by us getting our just due, you can't say that's taking advantage. You're taking advantage, really, because
Hold on.
you would have been poor in your country, right? You said you would have been in poverty, right?
The new program is that immigrants come over, they contribute X amount of dollars to the U.S. economy. So is that not
They're not contributing.
No.
They are not contributing. Over
pay to play?
80% of
You said
all.
pay to play. The new program I'm talking about, pay to play. That's what you said.
Yeah, pay
I
to
know
play.
exactly
SBA.
what I said, but I'm responding
Pay
to
to
what
play.
you're saying now. You're saying
Right.
that the immigrants now are contributing, and the facts are
I
they
said
are
the
not.
new program. The new
I get
program.
what you're saying. You talking about the new program that we trying to put together, right? Not the government.
It's
Which one you
already
talking
in
about?
effect. What is he talking
Right.
about? It's not nothing that's being put into place. It's in place.
Right. She talking about
The
what Trump is
initiative
doing.
is in
But-
place for wealthy foreigners.
Okay,
They
so
don't want
currently,
poor foreigners here anymore because
okay,
they
so
are
currently
taking
you're
from
taking advantage.
the welfare resources.
So the
That's
government's
what's
taking advantage of
happening.
immigrants. So the
Don't
government's
be
taking
mad at me.
advantage of
Be mad at
immigrants.
dominant
Right.
society.
So even if the government is taking advantage of immigrants and undermining us, this is what I'm saying. You're here because they're undermining us. That's what we're saying. So by you saying I can take advantage here is because we're saying you on the side of white supremacy and don't even know it. You understand that you ain't helping our
They know it. They know it.
I'm on the side of white people because I have a job and I'm
I ain't
making
say
money.
white people. Listen, hold on, stop.
What is
What I said, did I say white people or did I say white supremacists?
There is a difference.
who conducts white supremacy? Is it not white people?
A lot of
But you're
folks.
questioning us though. But you come into our spaces questioning what the legislation is doing. We're not the one that's dropping a hammer down on y'all's ass.
I was talking to the
We're
host.
not.
I'm not questioning anybody. We're just talking. It's just a conversation.
But you're
Okay.
asking questions. You
But I
are.
said white supremacists.
That's
and
how
you said white-
conversations go, ma'am.
Okay.
Clearly, but you just said you weren't asking questions. So which is it? You keep gaslighting. You said that shit.
But did you get my point why I said you're teaming, like you sound like you on white supremacists by saying I want to just come here and take advantage? That's like colonizer mindset. That's what colonizers do. They go to places and they just want to go take advantage. Do you understand that?
Well, try not eating for 2 to 3 days. Don't
I don't
eat.
give a damn about not eating for 2 or 3 days. Look, that don't mean nothing to me, bro.
That's
Like,
like
just because you can't eat, that mean I'm gonna let you rob me? No, it's either me or you. So it's self-preservation first. So
Well,
I don't care.
how am I robbing you if I'm not taking anything from you?
You're
How is that
taking
possible?
immigrants are taking resources. You said so yourself. One of the first things you said when you got on this platform is that I come to take advantage. Those were your words.
Facts. Literally the things you came for.
That's right. There's an opportunity,
We
and I'm going to
came
take the
migrated
opportunity.
here. We came here for an opportunity. It's not just that, because you can have these same. Are these opportunities not available in Africa?
So if I can take
Are
advantage
there
of these
no jobs in
opportunities, how come
Africa?
you can't take? How come you can't take advantage of these opportunities?
I just sat up here before you got your ass on here and I explained exactly what was happening. Every time that we put things into place and how they stop us in our tracks, I gave a very Googleable
And so now you just quit.
resource.
You've been stopped, and now you just give up.
You know what? What are you doing in your country? You're asking us questions, but what have you done to raise up Africa?
Bro,
What
pat
have
the
you
pat the
done?
red and white
You
flag.
led your country
I'm
with
in your
your
country.
Air Force fleas on.
I'm in your country taking advantage of the
What have
opportunity
you
your
done?
country is providing me.
This is why
Meanwhile,
y'all
your
gotta go.
country is
This is exactly
dying.
why y'all gotta go.
It's dying. It's dying. And you're asking for
How-
America to help you to bomb your own countries. Pathetic.
How you gonna run away and then turn around and ask somebody else in their land, oh, what are you doing? Like, that's crazy.
Y'all seem to have a problem with me because I have a job and I'm
You
making
work
a little
at
bit
a
of money.
cleaners. We
Nobody
don't
give
give
a fuck
a
about
fuck
your
about
job,
you
bro.
having a job. Everybody
Exactly.
has to
So
have a
And I don't
job
even
to
believe
pay
you got a
bills
I
job.
and
have
to
this
live.
meager
What are you
job,
talking about?
and that's a
You act
problem
like
for
you're
me.
doing some new shit because you
I
have
know.
a job.
So why are you
You
guys
acting
mad
like
if I
you're
had
doing
this
some new
if I
shit
had this
because you're
job?
paying taxes like the rest of us 14th Amendment tax-paying ass citizens are having to do. What are you talking about?
No, he get tax free. He a fed.
He said
That's
when
his
he
job.
brought his ass on here, he said he paid taxes. I'm just using what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Bro, I'm glad that
I
you
have
ain't had
I have
to
this
go another
job.
3 days without food, but at least pay respect, man. All this
I got a
disingenuous is crazy.
job.
Yeah, like
So I have this job that this meaningless job that means nothing.
Why
And
did you come for
Well,
it?
why are
it
you
bothers you
using it
guys.
as a
It bothers you guys that I have this. I'm
you're
not making no
using
real
it
money.
as you're acting like it's a flex because you have a job at a cleaners and your family chain migrated here from whatever country in Africa
No, you
to
guys have a
siphon
problem.
resources.
You guys have a problem with me having a job in your
I don't
country.
have a problem with you. I don't know
So you guys
you.
don't mind me taking advantage. You don't mind me taking advantage then
No,
of
baby,
having a
we
good
mind
job.
taking advantage, and I gave the
So
reasons
you do
before
have
you
a
came
problem
onto
because I
this
have a job.
to this platform.
So you do
Matter
have a
of
problem
fact,
because
most
I
of
have a
America
job.
has a problem with you taking advantage, which is why ICE is out here and they just hired an additional 10,000 people to make sure that they get y'all's asses up out of here. So
Hey,
be
they
mad at the
serious
white
too,
people
boy.
because it's the white people that
They-
voted in mass numbers to ensure that you get up out of here. And why did they do it? Because it's now affecting them. So you're mad at the wrong people. You need to be on their platforms and
I'm not
their
mad at you
channels
guys
and
at all.
in their
we
space,
put you in
trolling
position and you
them.
mad at us.
When I first
You're
joined
mad
the
at the
space, I
wrong
said
people.
I'm
We
happy to
ain't
be here
passed
talking to my black
legislation.
brother.
We not picking your asses up. Be mad at the people that are doing it to you because at the end of the day, although I hate it, our people voted against our own interests and in large amounts of numbers. They voted for
What does that have to do
Kamala,
with me?
meaning that they voted to make
What does
sure
that have
that
to
you
do with
could
me?
stay here. So, but meanwhile, you're here on our platform gaslighting and thinking that it's a flex because you work at a fucking cleaners. I worked at a cleaners when I was 16.
My
What are
job
you talking
bothers
about?
you guys. The job that I work, but it
No,
doesn't
it's
bother
not that
me.
it bothers. Check it. It's not that it bothers. It's just that you don't know that you're being disrespectful and you don't understand it. You don't understand what the history of this country. You know, you saying why can't we just get a cleaner? Or why can't we take advantage? And we have to tell you, you know, the things that we've been through this country, which you should know before you come here. I would want to know if I go to another country and I'm there, the last thing I'm going to want to do is disrespect the people of the land. I'm not going to want to put myself in that position because I ain't from this area and now I got people. I want the people to feel good with me and, you know, and have a good relationship. You coming off as you like, why y'all ain't doing nothing? I'm getting money. Y'all ain't even getting no money here. It's like you come off to where, bro, it's going to be a problem. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I know a little bit more about American history than you. I have done some reading, and I do find it important to understand, you know, the plight of the people in which I'm joining. I always considered, you know, Black American people and African people a family. I'm starting to see that there's it's kind of a shift, but I'm familiar. Are you familiar with Dr. Carter G. Woodson? Okay, so we're not a family. I get it. Now, are you familiar with Dr. Carter G. Woodson?
You're not teaching us
Here,
nothing,
you
bro.
made sure that we weren't. You're trying
So
to flex your little job on
do or
us
you
as
don't
if
know
we
who
don't
Carter
do
G.
nothing,
Woodson
as
is?
if we
You're not
as if
teaching
we
us.
don't mean anything. Meanwhile, you're in this space, which
So
makes
you
no
don't know
sense
who
to me.
Dr. Carter G. Woodson is?
What?
Bro, you're not teaching
We
us
ever heard of Dr.
anything.
Carter G. Woodson, but you remember when I told you about the Black Panther Party and how like
He's the father of Black American history. But go ahead.
He's the father of Pan-Africanism. If you read his book, you can
Right,
check
yeah.
the biases and the things that
Ma'am,
he's saying in
can
that
you
book
name a
is very
title?
Pan-African.
Name a title by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Just name one.
The
Because he's not a Pan-Africanist.
miseducation of the Negro. Now what?
So
Now
he's a
what?
Pan-Africanist. He's a
Now
Pan-Africanist.
what? You're gonna try to sit up here and act like you're gonna check my Black Americanness.
He's the
You don't
father
think
of
that you're
Black
gonna
American
check me,
history.
boo? I just named one.
right, but she's saying he's a Pan-Africanist. So did you see how you told us we were from Africa? I said, where do you think I came? Where do you think we came from? You said everybody came from Africa. Do you see how your mental is you're already indoctrinated on stuff that we don't even say is true, and you believe in it and telling us what we are. Can you see that?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't believe that, I'm not sure exactly what you guys believe, but if you don't believe that, then yeah, I guess we just disagree on that point.
What?
Okay, well, that's more because we telling you this our land, and you like, no, you come from Africa.
You're
You
African,
come from
right?
Africa. So how does it? You get what I'm saying?
So there's
Do we
Black
come telling you what? Do
Americans
we
don't
tell you
come
what
from
tribe you
Africa.
were from?
No, Black American is people that
None.
come. Black people was all over the world, bro. You got
None.
Black people from everywhere.
So the transatlantic slave trade never happened.
Oh, it happened, but only 3%
So
of
some.
the slaves that were
So some.
trafficked over to the United States
So
of America
some.
were actually brought to present day United
So
States.
some.
That actually equates to
Some.
right under 330,000 of
So
those
some.
African slaves that came to the present day United States of America.
So some.
The both
Exactly
of
what I
them
just
went
said.
into the Caribbean
I
and
wouldn't
into
even say some.
South America,
Some.
not North America, known
3%.
as the United States of America.
3%. Some. Thank you.
So, but then you don't want to talk about the 97% that went
That was
into
already
South
from
America and into the Caribbean. But you're over here trying to tell the
My
people
whole
that are
point was
actually aboriginal to the land who they are and what they are. And this is why they say that you align that Africans align with white supremacy. Because also, if we were to sit up here and tell you about the Negro Act of 1740 out of South Carolina that says that everybody was non-white was made into Negro, and the homogenization of a group of people who were not the same people. So you can't tell me about my history. You can't tell me about name one book by Carter G. Woodson or whatever. I gave it to you. I provided that to you. So there's nothing that you can say on this channel. There's nothing that you can do being from whatever country you're from in Africa and try and tell us what we are here. If we are what
So some of y'all
our
are
fathers are, I am actually
we confirmed
Choctaw
some of you guys are Africans.
Choctaw. That's what I am.
That's what I said.
So,
Some of y'all are
so
Africans.
that tells you right there that
Some-
damn, this is what she is. This is what she's considered racially. And so there you go right there. But then you're still trying to Africanize everyone as if we're all from Africa and say, I thought we were family. No, you came on this platform to show your ass. You already had an agenda when you got here. You came in hot, boo. We already knew what your plan was when you start talking.
By saying I
You
work
can't
at a
even
dry
get 2
cleaner.
words out, and everybody in the chat. Here we go. Here
work
we
at a dry
go.
cleaner.
Oh, here comes the dumb shit. And you brought it. You showed yourself.
How? Because I said I work at a dry cleaner.
We don't give a damn about you still on
Just
this
that you
dry
said you
cleaner
was
shit.
accountable. Yeah, it ain't about the dry cleaner. It's just your whole perspective of how you come into our country, bro. And you're not paying the respect. It had nothing to do with your job. It had nothing to do with, because you said it yourself. You just want to eat. You just been starving in your country and you just want to come here to eat. And I think that's a good ploy for the white supremacists to use people who want to eat. Y'all just want to feed your belly. So I can put you in positions, you know, and try to replace, you know, the Black American people.
So if I were to contribute to American people, Black American people financially, then I would be seen as less disrespectful. My existence under
You
my
keep bringing
I'm asking a
up,
host.
trying,
I'm
you
asking
keep
a
bringing
host.
up, and
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just
tell
asking a
you,
host.
and I'm the
Okay, let
host
me
right
answer.
now.
I'm,
And I'm gonna tell you, you
I'm
keep
trying to have a
asking the
rational.
same
I'm trying to have a
question
rational conversation with the host.
about your taxes and what you're paying and from you working at this dry cleaners. We don't give a damn about you working at the dry cleaners. At the end of the day, you're
I'm
paying
trying to
goes
connect with
to
the host
Uncle
as a Black
Sam.
person,
That's
one
where
Black
it's
man to the
going,
next
and you're
Black
trying
man.
to put it off onto us. It's like, oh well, let me pay
Got
you
you.
niggas. Let
I'm
me
not
go ahead and
the
pay you niggas. You niggas want some money because you're thirsty and you're hungry. Meanwhile, you're the
Nobody
one that
called
was
you a
the starving
name.
child in Africa.
Nobody called you a name. Nobody disrespected you.
All right, so Banger.
Super
Now what you
sensitive.
were saying? Banger, what you were saying now? What question you have for me?
You're saying, like we were talking about earlier, I was saying, how could I show respect? And we were talking about like kickback. Like if I
Knowing
contributed.
the knowledge, because listen, there's information out here that is gonna mislead you. It's gonna make you, you know, when you talk to us, you're gonna sound crazy if you don't know the knowledge coming from us. You get what I'm saying? If you think you're gonna get our knowledge coming from the oppressor, it still ain't gonna click. You're still not gonna have the same connection with us. You
And
understand?
how do I obtain this knowledge?
You should have been connecting with the FBAs, and just like we saying, you coming on this channel, you hearing how we talking, so you got to understand what we've been through, how you can be here because of what we did, and I think you would
And
have
I'm connecting now.
right,
I'm connecting
now,
I'm
right,
attempting
but
to
now
connect.
you need
Attempting to connect.
right. So now the best thing for you to do is to understand and let people know is we need to help them fund this. We got to be in position because we would be starving if it wasn't for these people. We would be in our home country with nothing to eat if they didn't put into that act that immigration can come here. So if I was in your position, I would definitely be looking out for foundational Black Americans. That'll be the first people I patronize. I'm gonna make sure they good. I'm gonna make sure my face and my name is good with these people. When they hear me, they're gonna be like, man, Water God is the truth, bro. That's how it should be. We should be like, man, that dude is real. But you don't know nothing about this because you from over there, but we understand this. Like you supposed to make your impact with us already, just for, you know, just from coming over here and having that opportunity.
All this injustice over here that's happening, they can ally with us, show support. Instead of that, they rather argue with us and do this shit that he's doing.
Well, that was my initial intent to come to the space and to speak with y'all. I was attempting to ally with what I thought were, you know, other fellow Black people. I don't know if y'all remember me saying that from the very beginning.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, then you hit that Black on Black crime bullshit.
Who said anything?
The problem is you already being educated.
Why do Black people over here kill other Black people?
And I was just told that I'm supposed to learn from you guys. I'm supposed to find out about the history and ask these questions. So I ask a question, and then that's a problem.
You asking questions, but you seem to know all the answers miraculously.
I agree with that. I agree.
And he think we don't pick up on
it. It ain't like we teaching you. It's like we gotta force it down, and we're just right so it makes sense. But it's not like we like letting you know and you understanding and you like, you know,
yeah.
That's right.
I mean, I'm an intelligent person.
Really don't want to know.
I'm an intelligent person, so I'm going to ask follow-up questions. But I mean, if y'all feeling like I'm doing something, like I'm messing up.
You
put me up.
Gotta understand where we coming from. That's what I'm saying. If you can understand where we coming from, if you still don't get it, you don't get it. But if you get it, then you can understand where we're coming from. But if not, I think you may be indoctrinated with that white supremacy. I just did a video and they were talking about how African people worship white people. We was just talking about this. Like y'all are turn down a Black person, but y'all praise a white person and get on your feet and you know what I mean? We was just going over this. So we saying that this is some of the same thing we're experiencing with you right now. like you ain't doing nothing and connecting with us, but probably for the white man, you'll probably, you know, connect with him and do all kind of stuff. And you know, just how they saying in Africa, how it is. You get what I'm saying, Banger? Like you beefing with us, but you ain't go beef with the white man. You feel me?
Well, I didn't feel like we were beefing. I didn't feel like
not
we were
even beefing. I'm saying going back and forth or whatever. But I'm saying that this is from what we seeing, from your own people saying this.
I simply thought we were,
huh?
I thought we were coming to an understanding. You guys were filling me in on your.
Yes, but I'm just trying to tell you where your mindset at, like where your people and their mindset at. It's different than where ours at. So
well,
it's
respectfully, there's hundreds of millions of Africans, and when you keep saying you people and your people, that's not me. I mean, you're fulfilling a stereotype. Black Americans have been stereotyped for a long time, so I'd appreciate if you didn't stereotype me, because I'm definitely not stereotyping y'all. I'm taking y'all as individual face value.
Right, but you came in with that same colonizer mindset. With that, I'm gonna take advantage. This is what I'm saying. We just judging you off of how you came into the chat, bro.
Right.
You came into the chat like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying that's your mindset is. That's what I peep from you. You have that you know, that colonizer mindset.
If it's possible for you to take advantage of an opportunity, I want you and all Black people to take advantage of whatever opportunities are available. So I don't.
But not at our detriment. We're not going to allow things to continue to happen at our detriment. If there's something that is going to happen and that's going on, we are allowed to speak out. We've been here.
So
we're
how
not
many
African. We're allowed.
Right? How many
we're
Africans
allowed.
do you think should be able to come here and just set up shop and take advantage? When is enough too much, Banger? When should we, like, you know, if everybody's just gonna keep coming over here and saying they're gonna take advantage, what are we just supposed to let everybody come?
So my existence, somebody's got some background noise, but so my existence is detrimental or harmful to Black American, indigenous Black American people. Is that what you're saying? Just my existence is harming you guys. My existence in your country is harming you guys. Is that
immigration in our country? Yeah,
right. Well, that's how I got here, is immigration. So because I'm here, because I immigrated, it's harming you.
Because you immigrated, not just because of you, but because of the mass illegal immigration. That's the problem.
Right. Cam up, bro. I think you a white guy, bro. You don't sound like you from Africa.
Right.
The chat say you sound like a white guy.
A 200-year history of immigration search.
Show us your face.
Yeah, come on up.
I'm African.
Huh?
I'm African, and I'm a legal immigrant. I'm a legal immigrant.
Show me your face, bro.
If it's legal immigration,
bro. You sound Caucasian.
Illegal immigration. It's both the same. It's both harmful, is what we're saying. And as I said before you entered, when you came on, you said, "Oh, I've been listening for about the last 15 minutes of the brother." So before the brother was speaking, I was up, and I mentioned how we are at the back of the hiring line, and this is a 200-year history of immigration surges, employer biases, and the depression of Black wealth. It's connected to immigration. This is what we're saying. What we're saying is we will no longer be the sacrificial lambs for illegal immigration at all. We will not be. It hurts Black Americans, and that's exactly what's going on. This stuff has been studied. Illegal and illegal immigration, both.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
And I've made that clear. And I've made that clear since I've talked. I said.
So the answer is yes. The answer is my existence, because I immigrated from my country to your country. It's harming. It's inherently detrimental.
No, my answer was the. Okay, it's funny to you, I guess. I already answered it, but I'll re-answer it. What I said, no, you're saying just off of you're centering yourself. It has nothing to do with just you. It has to do with the mass illegal migration that has been going on here. And you know this. You're trying to play willfully ignorant here when we all know exactly what's going on today. There's ICE that is unleashed in Minneapolis, Chicago. It's unleashed in LA. It's unleashed in Louisiana. Let's stop acting like this stuff doesn't exist. You're trying to center Africa, when to be quite honest, the people that are the face of this are people that are south of the border. So the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, the people that are south of our borders. You had to fly here to get here. I'm sure you didn't float on an inner tube to get here. You hopped on a plane to get here by whatever means, is what I'm saying. So you're trying to center Africa when Africa isn't the center of it. You guys have zero proximity to the land or to the soil of the United States of America. You're trying to make it about you. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You come here with an I, instead of, well, what can immigrants do or what can we do? You're not coming here with that mentality. You're coming here with a very different mentality. And you're trying to use this you. You're centering yourself. You're also centering Africa. Africa is not centered. And what we're saying as Black Americans, we're no longer going to be the self-sacrificial lambs that are going to continue to be at the back of the hiring line for hundreds of years that we have been. We're not doing that anymore. So you guys are going to have to pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps. So whatever resources you find is what you find. But since you're asking questions, we're going to go ahead and answer those for you. But at the end of the day, we don't care, because what you're doing is you're fishing for information. You want us to teach you about our history. You can go learn for yourself. We don't have time to sit here and give you a 500-year history pre the Mayflowerans that hopped their asses over here on that Mayflower and landed on Plymouth Rock. We don't have time to go back pre-Civil War. You're gonna have to do that yourself. There's a library called the Library of Congress. There's Internet Archive.
The host said
do
I'm
the
supposed to learn
research
from
for
you
yourself.
guys. The host said I'm supposed to learn from you guys.
And
That's what
I'm
here
telling
doing.
you to learn for yourself. Because what we're gonna do
Really,
is
I'm talking to the host.
gatekeep. We're gonna
This whole time I've been
gatekeep.
talking to the host.
We're gonna gatekeep.
Right. But bro, Banger, yeah, definitely. You definitely need to get information from us, because like I heard you spewing some names that you probably not sure what it is to the Black community, like what it is to our community. You need to know, from us. But you definitely can start by supporting the channel. You took up our time. You learned something, and you was talking about a brethren, but you can definitely start by supporting the FBA channel right now.
Okay, I'm subscribed right now. I'm gonna support y'all.
No. I mean that shit. I mean some advantage, like you said. Take it, man. You've been taking advantage. You've been, you know what I mean. This show.
You want me to pay you for talking to me?
No, I say you can pay homage, just like you were saying. You taking advantage. We saying that you
Let
can
him keep his dollars, Water God. I can cash it.
No, I'm just saying, because he said he agreed that it's something that he should pay homage to the Black American.
How do I just subscribe? How do I pay homage?
We gatekeeping. He can go figure that shit out on his own.
How do I pay homage?
He figured out that immigration paperwork. He can figure that out too.
I'm talking to the host. The host said I should pay homage. How do I pay homage?
How do you pay homage? I mean, you could have, bro. The mod in here said make them donate to the channel for taking up,
That's what I just said. Pay you money. Send you money because you talk to me. That you want me to send you money because you talk to me?
Money is donate to our cause, because we're putting
That's what I'm
message out. Listen,
okay, we're saying the same thing two different ways.
Yeah. You saying pay me money, and it's like this is for our cause. We're fighting.
Okay, send you money for your cause because you spoke to me.
Not because you spoke to me, because you support
Water God, it ain't worth it. I got
so
you.
Could be here.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we ain't saying support me. I'm saying
on the other line recording this for
you're
whatever
here.
platform he wants to use to show his
You're here from our
brethren.
ancestors, and we giving you this game. So it's like you would be starving over there trying to find something to eat if it wasn't for our ancestors. So that you got a foundational Black American group that you locked in with. We ain't saying pay you, but you should be able to show some homage. But yeah, the chat was a little bit upset with all of that, because they was already feeling like it was disrespectful. Anyway,
he still ain't came up.
Yeah, man, you do sound a little Caucasian, and I ain't got but a couple more minutes. But he said we don't need your money. Right. I just seen Mama Lisa said, "Hey man, he need to pay some homage." So but that's cool. He can subscribe to the channel, you know what I mean? But he said it himself. He agreed with supporting Black America, you know, FBA business. But man, y'all, this was long. This was good. Hopefully he learned something. But this is what we do. Y'all know we always got people coming in the chat. We got to educate them. Like Mama Lisa said, we got to educate these people because they don't know what's going on. So I appreciate you, Mama Lisa. But everybody who joined in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to land y'all plane, man, I got like 5 minutes, man. But go ahead and land your plane where you at, everybody, and we're going to close it out. Black Boy Wonder, you up, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me up here. It's been a pleasure, man. Always, you know. I think that, you know, I sensed it a long time ago. He's being disingenuous, and it's crazy because he don't got a problem paying taxes to, you know what I'm saying, the white man, the Europeans, and all these other places that he traveled to or wherever he go. But you got a problem with paying taxes to Black people or even supporting the cause, dropping the.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He if he was genuine, he could have just dropped a little, you know, super chat and been like, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Easy.
He said,
but
so
he
you
petty.
want me to pay you to talk. That's
Right.
basically what he's
There
trying
you
to put
go.
it off as. No, we all support Black media. That's
For
what
sure.
we do.
For sure. So yeah, man, I just want to say, like, we got to understand that there's going to be people that are going to be disingenuous and they ain't really down for the cause because their agenda is going to be separate. So salute to you all the guys. Salute to your mods, Mama Lisa, everybody in the building. Brap, brap, brap.
For real, man. That's my boy. Salute, man. All right, man. Ames, well, bro, what's good, family?
I'm here, yeah. This is just more confirmation that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? I don't really have too much to add. I think all the listeners heard what was said tonight. And I'm pretty sure everybody caught the gems they're supposed to be caught. And I appreciate y'all for having me up and sharing my thoughts.
Always, fam. Always. And appreciate you. And Lotus Ty, go ahead and land your plane. What you think about tonight?
I think I've said enough. Y'all have heard me. But y'all
Sure
know
did.
I come with the passion. I'm gonna call people out. I'm not gonna let anything slide because I'm sick of it at this point. And yeah, you're just not gonna be able to come in FBA spaces, piss on us, tell us it's rain. Like, I'm not having it.
For real.
Definitely shout out you out too.
For real.
But thank you guys for having me on the panel today. I'm appreciative.
Salute, man. I appreciate y'all all on the channel, man. I'm gonna chop this up, man. Some of the good spots, so y'all look for it tomorrow. We're gonna see what the public, everybody else got to say about it. But man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all from always supporting, man. Always tapping in with me. But we're gonna go live tomorrow, man, and tap it up. See what we got for tomorrow, man. Talk about some of this immigration, FBA business. But I love and appreciate y'all, man. I catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love.